And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Machcine.
Washable.
Nope.
Soze.
J-Mart.
And the Red Baron.
I was waiting to hear the music.
Yeah. Well, we're recording live, but not live, from Kendall's basement because the PPRN studio is powerless.
Yeah.
We got to find something so I don't have to do this for the next 3 hours because this is already not feeling that great.
I can get you another book.
Yeah, you got a plethora of them over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hold this.
J-Mart's
Take
got the
your
right
mind
idea.
off of it.
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna get this to work. But so yeah, we're here in the basement, as Mock calls it. What'd you call it? Ghetto?
No, I said this was a real ghetto setup that we have here. We're stacked on some VHS.
I got a bunch of VHSs if you're interested.
We got a Phillips box over there.
Well, I'll see if I can get this to bounce.
Kendall's bringing over some
I
more
really
train
like
books.
the VHS thing.
Best part of the table, the tackle box.
Oh, yeah, we're baited up. What do you need?
Baited up.
Poppers? What do you need?
Worms?
Some worms? You got it.
I don't know.
Earth or meal?
Damn bait.
I don't know. Is this good? I don't know. You gotta be the
You
judge.
want mealworms or earthworms?
Is this okay? Like
Meal.
we're talking. This is good.
Yeah, you're good.
We're all out.
Bullshit mic checks that we.
Just want to make sure you're comfortable.
Do you have any tape?
It's
No,
going to be a
but
long
you
3
do.
hours.
Yeah. Everyone have their beer journals.
Beer journal.
That's
All
right.
So we got a.
We got some
Better beer
utensils.
There's writing utensils behind your tackle box.
Just put them in the tackle box.
real noisy every time you got to get one.
Boring.
Any
So
paper mates in there?
Speaking of beer journals, everyone's entries for today. So, Machcine, what are you drinking?
I have from Hanging Hills Brewing.
Yuck.
The O New England IPA.
Oh, shag.
Oh, is that a camel?
I liked the can. That's why I got
Is
it.
that a camel? on
Yeah.
it? All right. Soze.
So I got. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on in this thing.
Where's it from? What's the brewery name? It's the white letters.
I'm going to butcher this.
Give it your best.
Elysian.
Elysian.
Whatever.
Elysian Brewing. You have what's the name of the beer?
Space Dust.
Nice.
Space Dust. Space Dust. Space Dust. Space Dust.
Is that a Space Ghost reference?
Yes.
No, it's not. You don't even know who Space Ghost is.
Yep. Cartoon Network.
All right. From our friends at Thimble Island, Putin on the Ritz.
Also Space Dust.
Looks like this can exploded. Or something exploded on the can, rather.
What is it?
Dirty.
No. What's the beer?
Oh, it's a Baltic Porter. Don't know what that means.
Can you compare it to any other Baltic porters you've had?
I cannot.
All right. J-Mart?
I have
What you got?
from Guinness.
Yep.
Guinness.
The ostrich one.
Yep, it is a nice ostrich. It looks like he swallowed a pint.
Mm.
I plan on doing the same, except 14.9 fluid ounces.
I.
You should just eat the candy, bro.
You could speak in the microphone.
It's fucking hard from up this angle, man.
From
If I
up
was
this angle.
Slide in.
So apparently when we're not in Hamden, we become illiterate, which is backwards for the rest of Connecticut.
Real quick, though. Anyone know the percentage of a Guinness off the top of their head?
I think it's low. Isn't it like
It's only 4
4.3?
and change, I think. 4.3 sounds accurate, actually.
4.8.
No, I'm going with 4.3 with an asterisk.
Good call.
I,
Really Barry Bonds it over there.
also from our friends at Thimble Island
Thimble
Brewing, I have the... Why you thumbs down on Thimble Island?
thumbs-diming
No,
him.
man. So I have the cold, dark, and soothing, like the early morning of winter, double coffee stout.
the name
Brewed
of the
with
beer?
cinnamon and coffee. No, it just says. I was gonna read the whole thing on the bottom because I thought it was a giant descriptive thing, but then it started talking about the beer, and I just thought it was gonna be cold, dark, and soothing, like the early morning of winter, like blah 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 blah. But then it started talking about this bold stout, and I'm like, who cares? So yeah, toast. Anybody have a toast? I'd like to go. I have a couple.
All right, go ahead.
So, well, I'm gonna go with one, and then you guys can go.
I will swing.
My first one is to the most recent addition to the Chicago Bulls and most recent released Chicago Bull, Carmelo Anthony. It was news 4 years ago, and it was news 3 years ago, but we got it done. We got him. We always get our guy.
The Bulls just hawked him.
Yes, Kyle.
Yes.
Where's the private stock?
No, I
Send
didn't
it
actually
to
see
him.
any of the details of the trade.
There it is.
I just got a thing that said breaking news, Melo is a Bull, and I was like, that's not lasting.
It looked like it was for nothing because all it said was Melo and cash to the Bulls.
Yeah, you guys gave him cash so the Rockets could get rid of him.
No, it said Melo and cash
Yeah, they
to
gave
the
us
Bulls.
cash. So
So like Melo wasn't worth the cash. Like, they had to also go out of pocket to get Melo to cut Melo.
that's funny. Machcine?
My toast, it hurts a little, but it is to both teams moving on to the Super Bowl. I mean, I got to watch the Patriots in yet another Super Bowl, but, you know, this year was a year that we all kind of thought the Patriots were going to finally fall off, but here we are once again.
Never thought that.
Here we are once again. They're going to another Super Bowl. The young gun Rams, controversy aside, are going. Hopefully they beat the Patriots.
Unless
Goodell
the
steps
rematch.
in.
Which
I
I
won't
would
stand for
never,
this.
That would
just
be
for the record,
incredible.
I never want to see that happen.
Real quick, just so you know, the Rockets traded Melo so they could sign Kenneth Faried.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So now they have Neen and Fareed.
That's a team to watch.
Kendall, do you have a toast?
I do. Mine's to the best jerseys in baseball, the Cincinnati Reds, stocking up. You know, they're really putting together some stuff. Getting Sonny Gray.
Gray.
Yeah, so they're really going to strong up that rotation.
The prospect they traded, Shed. His name is Shed something. I forget his
Shed
last name.
Long.
Was immediately traded to the Mariners. Went to the Yankees to the
Shed
Mariners in a
Long.
matter of minutes.
Get out of here. Yeah, watch out for the NL Central is about to be turned on its head this year.
Souls?
Mine to Derrick Rose. Last night he scored 29 points in the second half.
Wow.
And, yeah,
And the step back winner.
and the Wolves beat.
Who they beat?
They beat the other
They-
team.
their opponent.
Which were the Phoenix Suns.
Doesn't everyone beat them?
They have 11 wins.
So, yes.
Yerp.
Jeffrey?
Mine's to the referees of the NFL for sucking. You know,
So
I'm glad that they were the most valuable player for St. Louis. Sorry, pardon me, I got it wrong, but I'll admit it tomorrow.
sounds like a toast of disgust.
You gotta
Sure
spit your
does.
beer at him. Riddler, do you have another one? I have a second
So
one,
basically,
too.
the way this works down is what? So the Bulls are going to pay Carmelo $667,000. The Rockets are going to pay him $900,000, and the Bulls are getting $500,000 in cash. So the Bulls are spending. This doesn't make any sense. The Bulls are just all right. Yeah, we'll do this trade just to spend on. They had to have been like a needing to spend money thing, because they have so many
Probably.
young guys on their roster. They probably aren't spending enough money. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, hey, how do we get rid of some money, but we don't sign anybody? Because we need to keep losing.
They had a fun name for the Cavs Bulls game today. The Zion Bowl.
I think Kyle had that name
Yeah.
for it.
No. It's a true fact.
Yeah, but the Bulls aren't going to get him. They have the 4th worst record in basketball.
Hey, man, the lottery does weird things.
That's true. We got Derrick Rose in the lottery.
Did you have another toast?
I did, but I forgot what it was.
All right.
Do you have another
My-
thing?
my-
I did have
go
one,
ahead,
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
Mine was to Machcine Washable for a very memorable quote today. He sent a picture or a video of Jeff Martin drinking an egg with a beer in his hand, and Jeff said, "What's happening here?" And Mach put, without hesitation, a lot of weird things happened at Maple. And I was just like, that's good. I like that. I want that on a shirt.
I watch that video every once in a while. It just happens to come up. It's funny every
We're
time.
going to find the videos of me shotgunning.
I don't know if
craft
they're
beer.
saved. I could probably find them in that Facebook group, but I'll have to look. During the first break.
Remember when Souls was freestyling in the kitchen and
And then
just
he
fell.
fell?
on the floor?
That was fake. I still think that was fake.
He fell asleep immediately.
We have that on video. I'm pretty
Kyle,
sure.
why are you sporting the Luka Doncic look right now?
I'm a Luka Doncic supporter.
Yeah,
First triple-double today.
Always has been, since he came up. Kyle's loved him.
I learned
that
this,
right?
I learned
2K.
this saying recently. I don't know if it's from Rita or Shannon, but Souls are rocking the grout fit. Big fan of that.
The what?
Their grout fit,
Drink
all
that.
gray. I do that all the time.
That's very funny.
Grout fit.
What's the date today?
21st. All right, can we crack these things?
9 more selling days.
Here we go.
This could be bad.
The preface is, it's gonna be bad. It explodes.
Do we have a glass?
Actually, we do upstairs.
No. It's much too far away.
Riveting radio, guys.
Well, I want to. I mean,
Mm-mm.
off the cuff, when I was announcing my beer, you seem to not be very excited about it, and I'm curious why.
I don't really like that brewery.
Oh, okay.
It should be called Hump Day.
the can is what sold me on
That's how I pick all my beer,
it.
solely by the can.
Remember how much this cost? This 4-pack?
The total for both of ours were
That doesn't help.
15. Because mine, the total was 30. So logic would dictate if they were close to the same to split it in half. That's all I got. I
Don't
think
look at me.
I've made up the prices so far, or not at all. So in a second, Paul's gonna have our player. We're gonna guess his yards,
Yes,
touchdowns, or whatever.
Chris Chambers.
Good guess.
So we're going to go by name. We're going to think whoever's the closest in names.
Beanie Wells.
See, I want to find one for random basketball players. It's always football. I feel like Kendall when I do these.
Javid Best.
Mock, you got a name?
Kurt Warner.
Too easy.
R.W. McQuarters.
Ooh, he had a big
right.
interception in a playoff game
I
once.
need a number 1 through 9. Go.
7.
6.
5.
2.
You should have said 4. We could have just kept counting down.
I don't
hold
conform.
on. All right, so who said we had 2, and we had a 5, and we had a 6, and we had a 7? All right. Divide that by 4. So we're going with 5.
Suck it.
All right.
It's the only thing
So-
I got right.
This gentleman played for the Green Bay Packers from 1930 to 1940
That's right.
and the New York Giants from 1944 to 1945. He was a quarterback. His name was Arnie Herber.
Oh,
Yeah.
Arnie Herbert.
Mhm. So
He's a plumber in the offseason.
He might have been.
he had a career completion percentage of 40%.
Well.
He threw for 8,041 yards and 81 touchdowns in
That's
129 games.
That's a lot of touchdowns for only 8,000 yards.
How many interceptions did he throw?
104.
40.
35.
72.
And the loser is Machcine Washington.
Really?
Threw 106.
Wow.
Ooh.
J-Mart was close.
I was trying to think back then. I mean, I didn't think they were throwing the ball that much.
Listen,
Here and there. I mean,
40% completion
You're
rate,
right.
80 touchdowns. There's going to be more
Do it on
interceptions.
the show now.
All right.
He's in the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame.
Manawak.
He's also,
Ooh,
the
that
Don't
NFL
go there.
He's also the NFL 1930s All-Decade team.
Does he wear glasses?
No, this is the picture of him.
So he's not from Manawak. Then.
No, but it looks like it could be a Souls.
Something else.
Looks like Mo from the Three
You get to
Stooges.
assign a shot for that one. That was good.
I get to assign somebody?
Hmm.
Mock, double down, baby.
I also would like to do this one. I'm going to do one more. All right, so this gentleman was a Raider for a year
John Madden.
and a Colt for 2 years.
That's it?
Peyton
That's all
Madden.
he played. He was a 1999 undrafted free agent.
Oh, this guy sucked.
He started 8 games and played in 45.
Long snapper.
He was a linebacker.
Close.
So he started 8 games, played in 45. How many? He recorded no other stat than tackles. So how many career tackles does he have? I want to see if Kendall remembers this name.
17.
Guy has a real funny picture. This is the type of guy that's going to give you direction somewhere with a smile and then fuck your girl.
41.
What'd you say, Kyle?
17.
Jeff, you said 41? 28.
I think Jeff's right on. I'm going to go 39.
And Jeff was the closest again, but not as close. 86.
Wow. Much better
Oh,
than I
come my way, baby.
He looks like T-Dog from The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's excellent.
Sam Sword.
Sam Sword.
Do you know that name?
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
So don't lie and say you.
Sam
He looks
Sor-
like a different guy.
You know,
He's in the Saginaw County Sports
he
Hall of
looks like
Fame. He's a
PJ
Big
Tucker.
Ten
Yo, what-
champion.
What do you
He
have
also
to do
won
to
the
get in
Rose
these
Bowl.
Make
And-
80 tackles?
He won the Roger Zadikoff Award.
Oh,
Also ranks third in Michigan history with
Is that like
265 solo
eating as
tackles.
much cornbread in a sitting. Is he-
You double down.
it's fucking terrible.
Wait, what?
That private stack.
Yeah,
Oh, because you got to pick somebody.
yeah, you doubled down.
Nice.
If you guys don't look up Sam Sword, he looks like a lot of people. He could be like a poor man's Adrian Peterson.
he looks like
if
T
you
Dog from The
want.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be anybody, really.
Might be Chad.
You could make an
Alright,
argument
so
that he's Adrian
we'll-
Peterson.
We'll kick off
Both?
This, we'll kick off this segment right because we have to recap the games.
We don't.
We do. Then because then next week we're going to do a lot of NFL next week. So it's just recapping. Jeff has the floor to talk as much as he wants. He's the only one out of all of us that had stake in any of the games.
I didn't have steak. I had pizza.
What kind of pizza?
Steak pizza
Buffalo chicken.
from hometown.
That's right.
So we'll kick off the segment right with an Around the Horn of Hennessy.
I had that as well.
Did you bring a pint of Hennessy there?
I brought 2.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Kendall, you're a real
Those are for
pig.
the show.
I know. One was gifted to me, so I owe 1. I'm a bad man. And the audience knows that I got real ripped and did a lot of foolish things.
What'd you pee on?
The sink.
Did you?
It wasn't on, it was
In
in
the sink.
Who sink?
Jeff's.
Were there dishes?
Yes.
What's worse, what I did or he did?
What you did.
Because
Yeah.
you did it.
You know why? Because his
why?
accuracy was precise into
No,
the
you know
drain.
why yours was worse? Because it was
I
the
think.
second year in a row that you did something like that at Jeff's house. And it's the least.
He
It was
does
the,
it like every other time he goes there.
but it's the least worst thing you've done. Because last year you robbed an infant of their blanket and then slept on Jeff's floor.
Yeah, that was
Still
fucked
don't
up.
remember that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you remember. It was
I
fucked
didn't
up.
know that part.
You didn't know that?
He took Cole's blanket and then
Jeff didn't-
slept on the floor in Jeff's
Now, keep in
room.
mind, Cole is like 3 months at this
When
stage.
I saw that,
He was
because I couldn't find Kyle, I opened up the door to be like, Jeff, I think Kyle ran. There was Kyle snoring. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was like, Kendall and Rebecca slept in Cole's room. What are the odds Kendall's in the crib? Like, please.
See, the difference is urine is fairly, sterile, and you could drink it if you wanted.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, what are you going to do with puke?
Eat it if you wanted.
and then do it
Wait,
again.
just then, Romo predicts Harper's team.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Romo's
like-
right.
it's
I
like
thought he was going to the
That's like
Phillies.
Shannon Sharp giving anything that's not football related news. See what Shannon Sharp
He's
said?
wrong. He's wrong.
What do you say?
Texas Rangers.
Shannon Sharp said that Kobe Bryant was a carbon copy of Michael Jordan and LeBron James is unique. That's why LeBron James is the best. I replied
Yikes.
with, Shannon Sharp, you're not even the best tight end in the NFL history. Fuck
I
off.
was going to say what I wanted to say.
Say it.
I don't know how he's
Go ahead. Say it. Say it.
Ooh,
It's
like that.
not good.
Say it, Souls. Oh, you can't handle a little Hennessy, huh?
That's fucking disgusting.
All right, say it now.
I'm not saying it.
Say it. If you don't say it, I'm going to whoop your ass.
Okay,
Say
I'll
it.
put it in your face, bro.
That's gay. Oops, sorry.
That's
say it.
Now we're going to be
Unhetero.
Say it.
All right. We got to move on.
Say it.
I've seen this song and dance, and it'll go on forever.
I'll tell you what, I won't even reply.
You will.
I
Just
won't.
say what you want to say.
Yeah, my
Just-
word.
I feel like an old friend of mine.
What? We got to elaborate a
I'm
little
not going
bit.
to say the name.
Well, you don't have to.
I just said.
Mm.
I don't even understand what's going on anymore.
Exactly.
All right. We all know
Oh.
Tennessee carries certain stigma.
It
Let's
just
get
hit
over
me.
it.
What?
It just hit me.
Hennessy's,
Moving on.
Hennessy's for everyone.
This is the same guy I bought watermelon iced tea and crackers for.
What kind of crackers?
What were they?
Don't track me down with you.
Okay, Jeff.
No, don't, no
As soon
names.
as I bought it, Jeff was like, "That's funny." I don't even know why he said
Kendall, did you see that Killer Mike has a show
We
on
had
Netflix?
tryouts
No.
He does.
for basketball.
What is it?
I don't know, but
It
it's
just
got
came out.
Didn't go
yeah,
well.
the picture.
None of us made it.
The picture is like the outline of the country Africa on the Mississippi-Alabama border.
Mississippi. Sorry.
So recapping games.
Yeah, go ahead, lead it up.
Well we got to give Jeff the floor here.
I'm a listener.
you want to recap the games, and then you could have your
Listen,
your
I
spiel?
thought all day about how angry I was, and then when it comes down to it, I'm still angry. I thought it would subside. I did, and I heard all day from a bunch of people. Oh, you gotta hand it to the Rams for capitalizing, but I don't, and I won't. You know why?
Why?
Because that's not how it goes. 1 minute, 40 seconds, 3 knees with 1 timeout for the Rams and a field goal. They blocked that kick, they earn it. The way they won, they didn't earn it.
Funny that the corner even said, "Yeah,
Yep, that's what I mean. I mean,
fucked him up."
Todd Gurley photoshopped a picture of him with a ref, posted it laughing. It's all a big joke for them. And that's why Tom Brady will absolutely massacre them, and I'll be happy, but not. Fuck them. Fuck them all.
Well, it was unfortunate the way it ended.
I think it's unfortunate that it was, regardless of who won the game, it was just a really good football game. That's going to have another game that's going to be black marked because of bad officiating. And I'm not like the Saints thing. What happened to the Saints was more, in my opinion, was more like game deciding. There were blown calls on both sides of the ball throughout the game. That one was just super blatant, and it probably cost the Saints the game more than, like, I'm going to say 95%.
Unless they block a field goal, that's
Right.
the game.
But I mean, there were a couple face masks that the Saints committed that weren't called, and I'm not saying that those were the only call I think that should have gone against the Saints that might have impacted the game in any specific way was, I think it was the first drive the Saints scored on in the second half. I think they were like on the 5 or like 6 or something like that. It should have been a delay of game.
Yes.
The ball wasn't snapped and the play clock was at 0. If that's called, the Saints might not score a touchdown in that situation. Might score, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's not saying that the Saints or Rams would have won the game because of it, because there was still a lot of football to be played. It's just a shame that another good game goes down in the books with a very big black asterisk next to it because it played out the way it did because of poor officiating. It's a shame.
It is.
I think that this game is the final nail in the coffin for making PI or calls, or lack thereof, reviewable.
See, I like the idea of being able to review the pass interference thing.
I think pass interference should be challengeable if not called. I don't think a coach should be able to throw a challenge flag saying that wasn't pass interference, because I don't think any ref's going to change their opinion. I don't think any refereeing crew, I think any ref in the NFL, if they were given the chance to correct their call, because once the play's over, you can't throw a flag and say, "Oh, we just saw the replay, we missed it." You can't do that. But I don't think there's any ref in the NFL that's going to throw a flag on a pass interference call, look at it, and say, "You know what, that wasn't pass interference," because now it's like you're second guessing yourself, and you're pretty much admitting that you're changing the way you're going to officiate the rest of the game. I'm all for a game that's got a lot of bad calls in it, as long as it's consistent throughout the whole game. The whole game needs to be calls that are missed or overly called.
Yeah.
I think you should only be able to challenge non-called PI calls, like last night.
But, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, because then they're going to be looking at it, and really, on that play, how do they change their mind? There was 2 referees standing right next to the players.
Which is what
It was
amazes
horrible.
me.
That's what I mean. It was horrible. So now these 2 guys got to go in and be like, wow, we saw that. And either way, I think they should be able to review it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
There's a few things that annoy me about the situation, too. Because we do so much for player safety. We do so much for different reviews, shorting the game. And you can't take away that it's difficult to be an official. You have to make a split decision knowing that you could face a ton of scrutiny or not. So I'm not really someone that wants to say, okay, we should be able to challenge penalties. We should be able to look at penalties. But if it's something that helps them do their job and make sure we get it right, I'm open to it.
I think a play like last night, I think if they were able to, if Sean Payton was able to throw a challenge flag, I think they would have overturned the call.
Easily. I mean, they actually, the NFL admitted they were wrong.
Like, immediately.
The head official
the refs admitted
said
they were
he
wrong.
didn't see it. The cornerback said, yeah, hell yeah. Quote, hell yeah, it was a penalty.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the problem is, the problem with the refs is, and I don't really want more refs in the game, but you look at a situation like that, you're watching a player that's near the sideline, you're watching the ball coming into the player, and you're watching a player running full speed to the player. You're expecting one person with one set of eyes to watch three things, and you can't.
So
Because right when that contact's made, the ref's looking at the contact, not where the ball is. So, and I understand that there's...
Which
all
it
these
was
other-
a helmet-to-helmet also, just to be clear.
Yeah.
So that should have been a flag in itself.
the idea,
I'll give to the helmet-to-helmet, only because I don't know the angle you had on it. They should
Well,
wear
the
GoPros.
league confirmed it.
Well, yeah, but you can
No, I
you see it from all these other angles. I mean, when they showed the replay from the end zone shot, it was blatant helmet to helmet. But I think refs should start wearing GoPros. So I think we should start seeing footage from. I'm not saying I would like to see when they have not calls like that. That's not a controversial call.
But it'll show, hey, are you paying attention?
Right,
are you held accountable?
Looking at your
It's
I mean, you're
not-
getting
well,
paid
it's
pretty good.
It's a controversial call in the fact that it wasn't called, but it's not like it was a call where it was like face mask calls, for example. We every season you see a couple of calls on face masks where they called for a face mask, but the player never actually curled his hands inside. He just stiff armed him the way it happened, bang bang. The ref's always going to throw the face mask call because it's for player safety. But you see it from a GoPro point of view. You see what the ref's seeing because how often, other than straight down goal line, on a 2-yard line run to the goal line, and you can see that down the goal line camera, which is what the refs are seeing. How often are we really any replay you're seeing on TV? How often is that anything close to what the ref was seeing? Not, because the cameras can't be that close to the action. You're seeing the bird's eye view. You're seeing it from the back of the end zone. You're seeing it from another sideline. It's I would like to see I'd like to see GoPros instilled.
see something I just kind of thought of in my head. If we review a PI call, now there's already a referee up in the booth, isn't there? Isn't there one up top?
Yeah, so actually what's happening is when they go to the booth, they're talking to New York.
To New York, but I thought there was a referee.
Just the timekeeper.
Well, they also have a guy like fucking Mike Pereira who retired from officiating that's sitting there just to, it should have been a penalty. Why isn't that something that he does? Why isn't that his role and they delegate, he's our in-house.
So you're kind of on the
You
same
know what I
path
mean?
I'm on. If you have a guy up in the booth and you review this play, you have him watch in real time, not a slow motion thing, real time, watch it and make a decision. And then that's it.
Yeah, but what are
I
you going to
agree.
do, though? Think
What do
about
you
it. It's going to slow the game down immensely.
Why?
Because how's the guy in the booth going to throw the flag?
No. Like we're saying if a coach challenges it.
It's like a
Yeah.
shot collar
Okay,
so that
so
when
they
he
can-
hits a
and
button,
then
the
there's
other
no-
refs.
The referees on the field, they don't review anything. It goes to this guy up in the booth. He watches it in real time. And then he can make the decision.
It's no different, though, than the challenge, because he's going to take just as long to watch it as the guys in New York are.
What? You watch it one time through in real. I mean, pass interference it's a blatant thing. It's either there or it's not.
Yes and no, though. That's
you're
the
not-
thing. That's why that's the problem I have with pass interference calls, challenging pass interference calls, is because referees more times than not set and established this is how we're going to call the game, and you guys are going to play to this is the standard you can play to, and once it's reviewed, I mean. By textbook definition, sure, something might have been a pass. Not I don't want to use last night as an example because that's different. But there's tons of times you see a play happen in the fourth quarter, that was pass interference. Yeah, but that play happened 6 other times and they didn't throw the flag once. But the minute you challenge it, well, by the textbook definition, it's pass interference. So now it's a flag. And now all you're going to hear is the other team going, well, they weren't, they were doing this all night and they didn't call it. We were doing it all night and they didn't call it once. They do it one time, throw a challenge flag, and they get it. Type of thing. So
Well, then to that point, I mean, then there's no solution.
no, there's not.
There isn't.
There
But
really
I don't
isn't.
think having the real time guy is going to, because then it's just going to be like one of those things. So then they're just going to eliminate the New York thing altogether.
Well, no. I mean, the New York guy, or the system they have set up for New York, I mean, I guess works for when they're challenging spots or
Yeah, but
completion stuff. That to me is different than.
Well, so then I guess the best thing to equate it to then. So the PI thing then. So what about the catch? Should that go to New York or should that be a real time official?
it could still go to New York.
But it's a judgment call. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's not.
It's tough, and like we said, I don't think this is going to be figured out by next season.
No.
They could take steps, like, hey, we're going to try something out. This will be the experimental year. But if anything is going to be, hey, this is the way things are going to be now. We won't see it for another 2 years.
The problem is there have been so many rules implemented on keeping the quarterback safe that the rest of the game has just become, I want flags. That's all it is, in my opinion. And it like I said, it has nothing to do with like the non-call last night. It's just in general. You see an outcry for pass interference calls from wide receivers more. You see an outcry from defensive linemen for holding more. Like false starts and
it's almost like the NBA now. Every time you get contact,
because there's so many penalties
foul, man.
to keep the the quarterback safe. Now everybody's just looking for a flag and nobody's playing. Everybody's playing for the flag. They're not playing for the play. I mean, you think about you hear it at least once a week. You hear it with like you got to throw it to maybe Michael Thomas or Larry not Larry Fitzgerald anymore really, but like Antonio Brown or whatever. Like, who's your big play guy? Send him down the field, see if you can get a PI call. Like, that's not what we're paying him millions of dollars to do. I'm paying him to catch a 60-yard touchdown and win the game. I'm not paying him to go down and get a PI call. Because if you play for the PI call, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
It's a shit way to end a good game.
Yeah, and, as much as... See, I just hate the whole, the Saints had the ball in overtime. They had their chance. Sure, they did, but it wouldn't have come to that. Regardless, you can't take anything away from Sean McVay. You can't take anything away from anyone but Gurley, who sucked. But, they played great. We went off to a great start, and they came back. They held us in check. They put points on the board. They played when it mattered. I saw, what? As much as I got mad, that guy, I can't remember his name, Jackson maybe, the cornerback who made the interception, literally like 5 minutes before that, they showed him riling up guys that were sitting on the bench. In my head, I'm like, guys, that's a good sign. I like seeing players do shit like that. And then he got an interception. Unfortunately, it is kind of similar to Tracy Porter, game-sealing interception. So, I mean.
Hell of a catch.
Yeah.
On his back.
And that's the second I saw Breeze get hit. The fact that he threw the ball, I'm like, this is, I see Breeze and Eli do this all the time.
I didn't expect Breeze to throw that ball. And I was talking to Kendall about it earlier. It's just, and it's like I said, I agree with Jeff. It shouldn't have come to overtime. Yeah, the Saints had their shot in overtime, but they shouldn't have came to that. But I'm just surprised to see somebody at Breeze's caliber. Breeze knows how much time he has when someone's rushing at him.
Yep.
Breeze does his homework better than anybody else. I'm surprised Breeze tried to take a deep shot, knowing that it's not like this guy came from behind and lit him up from the back and jostled the ball. The guy came right at him face forward. I'm surprised Breeze even took that shot.
And, I mean, Breeze, everyone sees him as a perfectionist because of his percentages. I've seen him make that play several times. I've seen him, a lot of his interceptions are tipped, which nothing you could do about it, but that, if he had a flaw, it's whenever he starts to get hit, sometimes he does just kind of let it loose, and it's not Ben does it, Eli does it, almost everyone does it.
It's interesting because I'm not exactly sure what the route was going to be, because it's like it seemed like Thomas was kind of it was Thomas on that play.
Yeah.
He was like breaking in, but then he kind of like had to adjust.
I think the ball was supposed to go further than that.
Well, right.
I think Ted Ginn was further down the field. I think he was just throwing it up to Ted Ginn, saying it was. And had he gotten the ball off, I don't think it would have been a completion, but it would have been one of those things where it's like you're playing safety versus wide receiver in this position. Just make sure the ball doesn't get caught by the other team.
It's one of those things where, like, as Michael Thomas, and you can't think this that quick in that moment, but if I'm Michael Thomas, I see the ball lobbed up like that. It took him a while to actually find the ball, which is probably why he didn't. But you got to just get the PI call. Fucking hit him before. You can't let him. You got to
play defense on offense.
And but it's easy for me to say that.
Well, right, but
he turned around, saw it, and had literally that's it. Like that's the play. So it's not like he could have just let me correct this. It's a shitty way.
Well, we'll be talking about this game for months and months.
A lot of people are gonna chalk it up to just that bad call, but you can't really take away the Rams. They played a great season. They had a good game. They came back, kept us in check. That's me being humble, but fuck them.
Sean McVay's coaching is going to fight him in the ass against Bill Belichick, though. He gets too cute and tries to be too trick play.
Dirty Bill.
It only worked. It only worked what he did against the Saints because the Saints do the same thing. They run the trickery plays and the fake punts and field goals and all that stuff. It's not going to work against Belichick. It's just not. The only reason people give praise to Sean McVay with his memory and all this stuff is because Sean McVay talks to the media. If Bill Belichick decided to be a vocal coach and talked about everything he knew, the world would freeze because they wouldn't know what to do. Speaking of Patriots Chiefs,
Another great game.
yeah,
I mean, from a bunch of blowouts in the divisional round, it's nice to see very, very down to the wire, two
Competitive
overtime
football, yeah.
games.
I'll tell you, that first drive by New England, it was like, 14 plays, like 10 minutes. 10 minutes a clock.
Very
I mean,
methodic.
you set the tone right there. And Chiefs, they battled, but it almost, I hate to say stuff like it, but it seemed like they were kind of like out of the moment. Like not Mahomes he wasn't crappy, but he definitely didn't play like Mahomes all year.
No, it
Didn't
I
help
think
that their defense
both-
didn't throw him any
Yeah.
bones.
Well, I think both games showcased what both games really were. A young quarterback that's never done this before going up against a wily veteran that's done it plenty of times. And because both young quarterback-led teams started out slow, very slow. And, I mean, the only reason the Rams were even in it going into the half was because of the late touchdown they were able to get.
Yeah.
In the half. But the Chiefs were just it's a young team that's never been there. I mean, they showed the graphic. What was it? I think 36 players on the New England Patriots have played a combined 137 AFC Championship games.
Mm-hmm.
Not one AFC Championship game was played by any member of the
Yep.
Chiefs.
It's true.
That stuff
It
matters.
doesn't matter home or away. Tom Brady's Tom. We talk about Tom Brady for a reason. He's done this 8 years in a row, and he's done it however many times in the AFC Championship game. Yeah, his record on the road is far worse than his record at home, but it doesn't matter.
That's the case for most players.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're home or away. It's a different environment.
Right.
It's a different team.
Yeah, and the experience,
The experience is huge because think about it. You got a young team that hasn't been there. They're throughout the season they play every game as okay. If they lose, there's always the next game. In the playoffs, there's no next game.
Yep.
For a guy that's been there, they know that. They understand that. You got to leave it all on the field.
Kendall said it a billion times. When a young team plays the "we're happy to be here" mentality, and you don't win with a "we're happy to be here" mentality.
That's right.
it was exciting. The Chiefs had a couple of times in the game, like, hey, we checkmated you here. The interception in the end zone before the half, that was huge.
They
I think
never
the big-
capitalized.
I think the big
Yeah.
takeaway from this game, if you're a Chiefs fan, was Eric Berry playing. That was big. Because was he played 2 games since he ruptured his Achilles in 2017?
Needs another surgery.
But it's not going to. It's going to.
Way to make it like a somber move.
No, I'm just saying, like,
poor
that's what-
guys.
Yeah,
fought
he
his
needs
whole
another surgery,
career.
but he'll miss preseason. He'll be back for week 1. Like Eric Berry, showed that he has the heart and wants to play, and you consider everything that he's been through, and it's just like if I'm a Chiefs fan, I look at it as okay, it's not starting from square one defensively. We still have our high caliber safety and team leader on defense, our Troy Polamalu.
Mahomes, though, played very well after that first quarter.
Well, he settled in.
And he started making those throws like no other quarterback can make. It's just he does everything that a quarterback is taught not to do, and then makes it work.
I hate to compare him to Aaron Rodgers, but that's kind of how he is in the pocket. The way he's elusive and he'll kind of make that weird angled throw. All we can really say is the guy barely lost in a championship round in his rookie year. This kid's got a huge future.
I think if they got the ball first, they would have won.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's tough to call. I kind of have similar feelings, but it's like we say it every time. You can't just give the ball to Brady because he's not really going to make a mistake like that.
He's
Right?
going to
Chiefs
work up
had-
the clock and score. That's just how
Chiefs
they
had
operate.
3 or 4 opportunities to stop him on third down on that overtime.
I'll say it. This is my opinion on it. The Chiefs' biggest downfall in that game, the reason they didn't win that game, was Patrick Mahomes.
Oh.
Patrick Mahomes, one specific play in my mind is the reason they lost that game. Was because it was I think it was late first quarter, early second quarter. They threw a deep shot to Tyreek Hill. They got to the 25-yard line. They got a negative stuffed run. Tyreek Hill bounced it out and then tried to bounce it out again and got ripped up for -6. An incomplete play, and then Mahomes scrambled and took the sack
A huge sack.
for -18 yards.
Mhm.
Took him out of field goal range. That field goal would have given them momentum. I think if they get that field goal, we go into half 14-10. But instead they went in 14-0. And being down 14-0 to Tom Brady, you might as well be down 28-0 to anybody else.
Yeah.
He does not need a big lead to work with. And the first drive, like Kendall said, set the tone. Tom Brady, I don't care what anybody says. Tom Brady was not, he didn't light it up touchdowns like he's known to do in the playoffs. But Tom Brady was not throwing 4-yard passes. Tom Brady was hitting some very, very thin, narrow windows. Yeah. That touchdown to, what the hell is his name? Dorsett.
Yeah, that
the
was
ball
a
he
hell
threw
of
to
a play.
James White. And I hate the people, oh, well, James White just made a great catch. You got to put the ball in the right spot to make a great catch. You can't put, it's not like you threw the ball 10 yards high and somebody jumped over everybody to get it. Like, Larry Fitzgerald, Randy Moss, like, sure, some of the passes he threw to Randy Moss was probably more Moss than Brady. But James White's not making a miraculous catch if the ball's not in the right spot. And that was a tight window to put it in.
Yeah.
I mean, would win that game if the guy was lined up in neutral zone.
Yeah, that's the D Ford play. I mean, there was a few instances where,
Well,
he's offsides and you
attests-
lose that interception. Then you got the fucking play on Jones where
I think it all
he
attests
touches
to that
Brady.
That sack, though. I think that's really what it boils down to for me, because the Chiefs are a team that they don't need to build off momentum, especially at home. But when you're a young squad with no experience at all going up against the most experienced team in the world, you need to build some momentum. And Mahomes taking that sack at the end of the first quarter to not only give the defense a whole bunch of, like, we're fucking here to play mentality, but then knock them out of point range.
Yeah.
They were able to get no momentum going. I think if the Chiefs get that field goal in the first quarter, I think it's a completely different ballgame. I think, as I said, I think it's 14-10 going in the half Patriots. But, like, 14 points, Brady having a 14-point lead at any point in the game is all he needs.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes taking that sack is the reason they lost that game.
He took a couple of really bad.
But the
sacks.
one he took in the first
that
quarter,
was bad.
That was the
That was
worst.
bad.
And that's chalk it up to whatever you want. Inexperience, trying to do too much, whatever you want to do. But of all the quarterbacks that move around behind the line of scrimmage and don't take off, the Russell Wilsons, Trubisky, things like that, Mahomes has to know to not take that sack. And I think if you were to sit down and categorize, I think Mahomes is the only quarterback that does take that sack.
Deshaun Watson. He takes so many bad sacks.
Yeah, but he does. Yeah, but most of his bad sacks happen in the pocket. Because Deshaun Watson, like Dak Prescott, if you sit down and watch the film, Deshaun Watson has the Dak Prescott thing. They have the same exact mentality. They don't know when to sense pressure. They both step into sacks instead of stepping away from them. I think if Dak Prescott can learn to sense where pressure is coming from, I think Dak Prescott can be a top 10 quarterback in terms of yards and completion percentage. Not touchdowns. He's not going to win games still with it. He's still not going to be the guy that's going to win games with his arm. But his completion percentage and his yard totals go down so much because he steps into sacks instead of stepping away from them. He's got to learn. He's got Troy Aikman at his fingertips. He's got to use them.
Yeah, it sucks too because back to the Jones the penalty on Jones. The guy fucking touched him before the ball was released, and you're calling that a roughing the passer call.
They've been doing that all season.
It's bad, but that wasn't as significant as the interception, and that's completely on the defense. Be aware. That's a huge break for them. They get an interception, and it gets, 3 inches? He was 3 inches in the neutral zone. Don't fuck that up.
Me and Kyle were talking about this before. I said, if you're a professional athlete, like in the NFL, especially defensive line, how do you line up in the neutral zone?
I know.
How does that
baffling.
happen?
It's really baffling.
I think the Chiefs' defense came in that we were able to completely obliterate the best offensive line in football last week, and we played an amazing game defensively. We're like, here we are. We're the defense everyone's been looking for all season, and it's like, okay, that's great. Do you know who you have next week?
Well, that's right. Like, I don't think their defense played terribly. It's just how does D Ford line up in the neutral zone? I don't understand it.
It's huge.
I can understand like jumping off sides because you're trying to time. I get that. How do you go up there and line up in the neutral zone? I don't understand that at all. You're a professional. How does that happen?
I know.
Football's a game of inches.
I saw the pick went up, and I was like, here it comes. The Patriots are going to lose. And that yellow
Nah.
flag
Yellow thing.
popped up on the screen
But
there.
at least they called it,
Well, you know something. We approach football especially very critically. I think we do a decent job for being a bunch of schmucks. But to an outsider to just watch both these games, I think we said it before. We got a great week in football. We had.
We did.
And
Oh, yeah.
so I
Listen,
guess,
if the Saints didn't play, and I was watching from a non-biased thing, that's a fucking great game.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it was a great game until that non-call.
Mm.
That was an incredible game until that happened. And then it's just like, come on.
Because it was one of those things where, like, I knew what was going to happen. It sucks to know it, and fuck. Still angry. It's only been a
Side
day.
note,
Give me a
though.
break.
Tony Romo killed it.
Fuck Tony Romo.
I hated him as a player. I love him as an announcer.
Killed it.
this is what I'll say. And Paul and I have talked in extensive. If he wasn't so obvious, fact of the matter.
Gotta get to the line. Gotta get to the line. Gotta get to the line.
I know that
but-
gets a little.
But what he does provide is at least he's excitable. Some of these guys are just they're in there. It's
Yeah.
like, oh god, have some
The problem
personality.
is, though, is you talked about it like for a bunch of schmucks. We talk about football, analytically and critically and whatnot. But to any listener out there that doesn't follow football as intensely as the five of us do, there's one comment that's just been flying around, whether it's Bleacher Report, ESPN, podcast, NFL Network. It drives me nuts every time.
Codcast.
Oh, well,
over
like,
the Atlantic.
Tony Romo sits there and says, Brady's going to throw it over the middle here to Edelman, like, blah, blah, blah. Why don't the Chiefs defense see it? Romo's making a prediction from seeing what the defense is providing
yeah.
versus what the offense is providing. The defense is out there lined up. They have their thing going. This is what we're lined up to do. This is, blah, blah, blah. Brady makes a motion for any single player, any player. Never, it's never the person that matters the most. Brady makes, all right, Dorsett, I need you to motion in. Dorsett motions in, and he follows what the corner does. Okay, they're in zone.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw, the middle's going to be open. And that's what he does. I mean, I'd be willing to bet with enough film and the opportunity, I think Kendall could go 2 for 10. Which I know doesn't sound that great percentage-wise, but for somebody that's never played in the NFL or coached in the NFL.
You think Romo ends up coaching soon?
I just wish he's so good at calling a defense. How come it didn't translate when he played?
Well, he had some good seasons here
Is
and
he
there.
just an intelligent quarterback? that
Injury.
didn't
He
have
just
it all
liked
going on?
throwing to the other team.
Nah,
That's true.
he had the injury bug.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. He gets a lot of shit. He did get hurt a lot, but he played through some good injuries. As
Tony
much
Romo
as
was a
he-
Played
tough
through
guy.
a punctured lung.
as much as people want to say he was a bitch and all that, he really
I
wasn't.
think Tony Romo's the greatest Cowboys quarterback ever.
I agree.
I 100% think so.
Didn't they have Seneca Wallace? No, they never did. So yeah,
Oh,
you're
never
right.
mind. Hold on. Drew Bledsoe.
No. Hold on.
Did you see what
What's
their
it?
coordinator
They had-
situation?
They had a John Kitna for a while.
Hey, that's true.
and Brennan Whedon.
John Kitna's coming back.
Okay.
Quarterback coach.
Did you
For
see
the
did you see the
Cowboys.
Bears might be signing as their DB coach?
Who?
Ed Reed.
Whoa.
Could you imagine that secondary with Ed Reed just be like, all right, you see what you guys did?
That was the best safety of that time. Am I right?
Did you see who
Best
almost
safety of
came
the
out of
division.
retirement this year? Like teams were calling him?
Oh, Hasselback.
Matt Hasselbeck.
Another guy
Was
that
getting
I'd like to
phone calls.
punch
You
in
know
the
who
mouth.
Trump called? Washington. Like, hey, we're desperate.
Hey,
here, guy.
Colin. Matt.
I just saw the clip the other day when they showed him when he played for the Seahawks in overtime.
Don't. Okay.
We're gonna win the game.
When he's like, we're going to take the ball and we're going to score.
That was a horrible pick to Al Harris. Awful.
That
Baldwin,
bastard.
Baldwin,
Yeah,
though.
Great Baldwin.
Yeah.
One of the best to do it, honestly.
Yeah. Same with his brother, really.
Yeah,
But
well.
Matt, much better.
Tim is just awful. Tim, if you're listening, not a fan.
Please watch us.
You know what,
Listen
though?
to us. Oh,
Matt-
what?
Put us on.
They have a good segment on Fantasy Football Live.
Fantastic.
It's called Bald and the Beautiful.
Not as good as us, though.
Yeah, but we could have made that title. And we probably
Shave
did.
your head.
But we're not bald.
Yet.
Yet. You just wait.
It's
20
getting there for me.
2020.
You too. I noticed you on the couch the other day. You got some thinning going on in the back part, which honestly, that's the worst part. If you want to go bald, you got to go bald like I'm going bald, receding the hairline and thinning out, and it just keeps going and going. You're gonna do one of those guys where you're gonna have like a thin stripe of hair up top and then a lagoon of scalp in the back.
So
Well,
it's
that's all right,
the
I
king
can't-
of the comb
He's
over.
going to go with the, that's all right, I can't see it.
Got a Costanza, big time.
Just gonna shave it all off.
So do we want to go to break or do we want to just flow?
Well, fuck it.
Wait, we're going to Burger King? Oh, break.
I say we just flow it.
Let's go.
Let's go to Burger King.
What do you got?
Well, I figured so. it works well.
Wait,
with
hold
the
on.
show, 'cause
If
this
we're not
was-
doing a break. Around the horn.
This was a
Alright.
hodgepodge of bullshit. The way that the show had to kind of undergo surgery today to be performed. So it's gonna be a hodgepodge of bullshit. We'll just do some topic discussions. Next week we're gonna do very heavy on the football talk. Because the first hour is gonna be no recaps. So it's gonna be all.
We can recap the Pro Bowl.
Could you imagine?
Well,
Saints will be there.
Dodgeball
So we're gonna do the first hour is gonna be geared towards we're gonna do NBA and NHL talk. The first hour because we have to talk some NHL, spend some time. But I know some people on the show need some homework prep time.
gagging over there.
And then the second hour is gonna be some NFL stuff, award games, type of things like that. Our drunkies, NFL drunkies, and then
We were supposed to do that before New Year's. We all forgot.
well, no, we just the way it fell, we missed 3
Yeah.
weeks. So we're gonna do the NFL Drunkie Awards, and then the third hour will be
Where's
recap.
my trophy?
Because this week we've got
Funny
some.
story.
Oh yeah, so Kendall brought the trophy to PPRN and then left it at PPRN.
Yep. I realized that turning back into the road where I live, I'm sorry. But here's the deal. I want it to be on camera. You
I hope
deserve-
no. Listen, I hope you win next year, and I'm not going to give it up for like 2 to 3 weeks.
I'll tell you what, I'm in no condition to
I
win.
want to give it up.
I do have a question for you, Jimmer. So I went back and forth a lot, and I didn't want you to feel like you were handed the championship. Would you have been mad if I had only started Chicago Bears in the final? Because you would have it would have pretty much been a guaranteed win for you.
I would have been mad.
That's what I figured.
I wanted the competition because that was a hell of a run I went on.
I told myself if I
Fuck
faced
you, Amari Cooper, if you're listening.
I told myself if I faced Kyle, I was playing all Bears.
Amari Cooper can go fuck himself. Tell you that.
That guy, what is it, DJ or Derek Williams or something? Best pickup of my life. Damian Williams. There
Well,
we go.
I don't want to say best
Oh.
pick of your life because you picked up the starting running back after the other starting running back left.
Yeah, but I
That's
mean,
not- that's
that
not-
guy.
That's not
came
Alan
through.
Hearn's
Speaking
quality
of-
pickup.
Might be coming back.
Who?
Yeah,
Cream Hunt.
Kareem Hunt might be a bear.
Listen, some team is going to get him dirt cheap.
And he's gonna kill it
Off. Yeah.
and probably hit someone.
I'm cool with Jordan Howard not being a bear if we get Kareem Hunt. Imagine if Kareem Hunt and Tariq Cohen. Imagine them both lining up in the backfield.
I'm never drafting Jordan Howard again.
Might.
Nope.
Well, depending on where he goes, if he gets cut from the Bears,
If
or
he's a
traded.
Colt, dude, he's all yours.
Nope.
No, because if he's a Colt, you're gonna jump on him early.
No, I'm
Jeff
just
is,
not
Jeff
gonna
is just a
draft him.
firm no.
If he's there, he's there.
I've had
uh,
those. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I've had those fantasy situations. Like, I'll never play this person ever again. I pick them up.
Oh, I do it every year with
Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
year.
I actually
Kendall
thought
wastes a
about it
spot on
bunch
Chris
of
Gregg
times.
every year.
I do.
Yeah, then you got to drink Chinese food.
I'll tell you what, this year really killed me, though, because I had to put Le'Veon Bell in the IR spot, which is designated for Greg. Ruined my whole year.
No, it didn't.
You've ruined your whole year.
Well,
Your drafting ruined your whole year.
No one
Just
could have
like you picked
anticipated
Lacy
Le'Veon Bell
Wood.
not playing. No one. I don't
Listen,
care.
when we did our draft, it already said he was holding out.
Right. For 4 weeks. That's what the story was. And 4 weeks turned into 8, and then the whole season. No, you could have never predicted that. But anyway, Chris Gregg will be on my squad next year.
Did you guys see the thing with Kamara? What he does on Tuesdays?
Works a blue collar job.
No.
Garbage man.
Really?
He works a blue collar job every week during the season.
Works
So
as a
that's
garbage
done
man.
now. Sorry, Jeff, but
They showed him on the back of a garbage truck.
yeah, he was throwing garbage in the garbage truck. Yeah,
That's funny because he's about as big as a garbage can.
yeah, I'll take some of that. See,
You
you know what my thing is. So no matter how good a player is, you'll always be knocked down a peg if you sport a specific type of apparel.
Oh, nose ring.
Nope, Kamara doesn't. Pisses me off. I hate players that wear those full-length underarm pad things, so that when they fall on the ground, they don't cut themselves up. Fuck you.
Oh, the patches
Yeah, fuck you.
things?
I put a fucking nail gun through my finger the other day, hanging up a sign for $15.50 an hour. You're making millions of dollars, and you're afraid of scuffing up your
I'm
elbows?
telling you, that's the thing. That's why I got so mad with the player safety debates. I'm like, they're making millions of dollars to play a violent game. Get over it.
Yeah, the concussion stuff, I'm okay with them protecting.
No,
but
take helmets out of the game.
Leatherheads.
Those guys turned out all right.
Yeah.
See,
I have that movie somewhere.
It's a good movie.
it might be. It might
It's
be in
unopened.
Yeah.
I bet you it's unopened.
It's unopened.
Do you know who stars in Leatherheads?
Al Bundy.
Nope.
No.
George Clooney and John Krasinski.
Yeah.
And Renee Zellweger. She's nude in the whole movie. Mark's like, all right, she's all right.
Doesn't make it right.
All right,
Kyle,
we're gonna
get
go.
on, what do you got going on over there?
Yeah, Kyle,
Survey?
we haven't talked all show.
Yeah. How many of
Not
those?
true.
It's very true.
First of all, I don't care about Renee Zellweger.
But do you care about, do you care about football?
The way he said it.
You know what, Kyle? You do care
Kyle,
about
do you
Renee
care
Zellweger.
about beer?
You know why Kyle cares about Renee Zellweger?
No, you're
Because she was the
nursing.
female fish in Shark Tale, and that's a Will Smith movie. Kyle cares.
Too busy in my phone.
I'm too busy doing Burger King surveys.
Souls rebuttal.
Nah.
You know, you'd never have to pay for food if you just used all those free Whopper coupons
I
you
don't
got.
have to pay for food anyway.
Hey,
You do, though, sometimes.
Never.
tell
Yes,
me about.
you do. I've seen you pay for food.
Yeah.
Tell me about the.
I've
Big
gone in there
King.
to pick you up from work and asked if we could get food, and you're like, oh, I just paid for mine.
The XL, the Big King XL.
It's a fucking stacker sauce.
So diner?
But it's a big burger.
No.
Tell me about it. So lettuce on it?
Yeah.
That
pickles
was
and
a
onions.
rough day.
Yeah, I heard you had a rougher day, but I was just so tired.
So
That's why
it reached a
I
point
stick with
where
the same thing.
so the first vomit took all the liquid out of my body, so the rest of the vomit was paste.
This was our post show. When last
Yeah,
show.
this
anyway.
was, and there it wasn't like drunk vomit. It was.
Yeah.
It
I
was
got to listen to a lot of terrible music on the way home. So
subjective.
Did Kendall pee in your car?
no, he didn't. Well, actually, I don't know. He could have.
I tried.
Did you?
No, I was
Did you-
pretty good.
Did you try though?
No,
So you lied.
yeah, I'm a liar.
He gets in. He goes, "So what kind of classic rock do you like?"
I'm a big fan of the way he's like posing right now with the microphone.
It's so uncomfortable to lean forward.
Why does swap? I can you sit in this thing? It's
It's cool. I just had to sit back for. I told you I'm going to do the Pat McAfee for a little while.
All right. So, does anybody have any topics? Souls, do you want to do your segment?
Sure, I could wing it.
So you didn't do any homework for it. You just said you wanted to do a new segment.
He came up with this segment on the way here.
Yeah.
Oh, so this isn't a segment starting today?
Oh, we can start it today.
No, we don't have to
I
start
can
it today.
name 5 dudes right now.
No, we'll start it next week. So you can do proper. I want proper homework for it.
we got our mock mixed matched marigold.
Mox Mix Max Mashup.
I should.
I don't know how you say it so fast.
Because I rehearse it in the mirror before I come here.
Okay, here's what I got. I got 3 NFL running backs. I'm going to
You
give you
know,
their
I can help
stats.
but notice you never do like NHL goalies.
Because you know what it is? It's because I don't know enough of them to know who's close to who. I will do one for you. Once I'll figure it out.
Well, just do one like look up the top 3 forwards or
I
something like
know.
that this year.
See, the thing, I always forget about this, and then but here's what I got. I have 3 running backs. I'm going to give you their yards, touchdowns,
Nice.
and we'll do rushing attempts
Now
Is this last season or career?
this season. This current season. All right. Running back A. On 195 rush attempts, had 908 yards with 9 touchdowns.
Jordan Howard.
So he averaged 4.7 a carry.
That's Jordan Howard.
Option 2. On 192 attempts, 1,037 yards, 9 touchdowns,
Bless you.
5.4 yards per carry.
Okay.
Option number 3. Loading. Oh,
Oh, add.
it changed the page on me.
Oh boy.
On 250 rush attempts, 935 yards for 9 touchdowns, 3.7 per carry.
Ooh, all right. That's Jordan Howard. All right. So I'm going to go with B. I want B.
Okay.
But I think it goes. What was the yards on A again?
On A, 908.
908. All right. I'm going to go with. I'm going with B, but I want to guess. Going with B.
Well, everyone give your.
I'm
who
going
you
with
want
B
first.
as well.
A.
I'm going with C.
All right. So I think C is Jordan Howard. I think B is Derrick Henry. I don't know how many touchdowns he rushed for, but I feel like it wasn't that many.
And A with Marlon Mack.
Nah, I think it might have been Marlon Mack. Nah, I don't think he rushed that many times though. I don't think so.
I think Derrick Henry had like 5 touchdowns all in that one game.
I'm gonna say A is Derek Johnson. David Johnson.
Anyone else have any other guesses?
Oh, I have no idea.
Derek Johnson.
A is Sonny Michelle.
I wish his name was
C
Mike Hill.
is Frank Gore.
Ooh, good
B-
guess. I don't think he rushed for 1,000 yards, though.
B is.
He's at C.
B is going to be. Kareem
Oh,
Hunt.
man.
All right. A was Marlon Mack.
So.
B was Philip Lindsay.
Oh, yeah, that guy
He only rushed
exists.
for 1,000 yards. I thought he rushed for more
He
than
was
that.
good.
Well, he was suspended for a game,
Oh, yeah.
What did he get suspended for?
throwing a punch in like
Drugs.
week 3.
Being
And-
mixed.
Oh, wow.
C was Jordan Howard.
Yeah, I knew one of them was Jordan Howard because he rushed for way more touchdowns than yards.
He's a disappointment.
Well, see, I picked these 3 guys because
They
they
all
all
had
had the
9
same amount of touchdowns.
Yeah, but 9 touchdowns on 900 yards with that many attempts.
250 attempts. That was the.
Souls.
But yeah,
Good looking guy over there.
did you look at my screen this week again, Kyle?
Didn't-
Yeah, I
can't see
did.
from
I
the
can't
He did.
see. That's
Hey,
why he just
off
got
the
so
glasses.
defensive, you lying piece of
Off
shit.
He looked.
Souls,
exactly.
you
He
dumb
saw it off the back of his
bastard.
glasses off the TV, off your screen.
I know he
can't
did.
He can't read forward, backward, forward. Just backward, forward, backward.
Souls, you gonna
So- There's Mock's Mitch Match Mashup.
Mitch.
Mock's Mitch Mashup, yeah. It's Mock's Mitch Mashup.
Mitch.
Mitch.
Whoa.
Hey, he's going to the Pro Bowl.
Is he?
Yeah, he's replacing Jared Goff. So he would have replaced Drew Brees either way. So
Well, Breeze isn't going too, I thought.
Oh, he's going now. He's got nothing else to do.
I thought I saw he got replaced too.
oh, maybe he didn't go. Maybe he said he's not going.
Only positive he's coming back next year now.
I hope Michael Thomas is in that like catching thing again, because him and Keenan Allen did it, and they dropped a lot of fucking balls last year. A lot. Anybody have any topics they want to discuss?
I do. I have a question. I just need to pull up some standings quick.
Okay.
So, it's an MLB discussion quickly.
I feel like I'm
Really?
at the worst karaoke bar.
O'Brien's, anyone?
Achy breaky heart.
Formerly Nancy's.
It's the worst karaoke song at the worst karaoke
It's
bar.
not.
It's a bad karaoke song.
Why?
It's like, nobody knows the words.
Well, that's their problem.
I had myself today.
That's enough of that.
Yeah,
right.
You looked
Mario
up from your
Batali
phone for
singing
that?
Johnny
Oh,
Cash.
shit.
You looked up from your phone for
Round the
that?
horn for Batali.
All right, I'll start it off because I made
Another
the joke.
fallen
Round the
soldier.
horn of Hennessy from Mario
Uh-oh.
Batali.
So,
If you combine Kyle and Kendall, you get Mario Batali.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Minus or plus the Me Too allegations.
That's right, baby.
What do you got, Reader?
Because that's drunk Kendall.
Oh,
so I was going to list off the
you
teams
were,
from
but
last
you're
year
not.
who
Nope.
were below 5. I got some of that on when you talked in the bottle. Picked it up.
Good.
Yeah. Teams that were below
Good for this
500
family.
in MLB this past year. Which team in your opinion, have the better chance to break even or go above with additions they
All
made?
right, let's hear him.
Got to give good
Were the
reasons.
Phillies over 500?
So
No.
If not, them.
the Blue Jays were
Ricky Romero just retired.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool.
Rick Nash. Still going to hit home.
More important than Rick
Kevin Nash.
Romero.
Gross.
Brown.
Kendall?
the Rays were 80 and 82.
Nope.
The Blue Jays were 76 and 86. The Baltimore Orioles were 75 and 87. The White Sox were 67
Wait.
and 95.
I disagree with the Baltimore Orioles.
Why's that?
You think they're gonna?
No, like they had way more than. They had way less than 75 wins.
What year am I looking at?
Definitely.
Oh, 2017. That's why.
Because they had like 50 wins.
Where's that Hennessy? Make sure it gets
I
over
think
to
Tampa Bay
Mr.
had over a
Reed.
500 record.
I was going to say, they had 90 wins.
That's because Blake Snell.
It's just great that he grabbed it but didn't do anything.
So if your mic falls, grab the mic, not the stand.
Such a dumpster fire show. I love it.
For you guys listening at
There's
home,
just not enough shirtless men in here.
Yeah.
That's really what's missing from the heyday.
It's too
It's
cold.
like, yeah, it's like
That or
2
Amanda making
degrees
like
out.
pizza bites in the oven.
As we're recording.
All right.
So
So
I actually, real quick, I requested a vacation day, or 2 of them in March. Really excited about it. I already started it off.
I'm liking my setup over
No,
here.
I bought
Send
two
it
requests.
again.
You know what I bought for them? I already bought my supplies for them. Ready for this?
We need to top on that.
I'm going to watch
now.
all the Jurassic Park films in one day. I bought 2 bags of 120 pizza bites. I bought 2 boxes of peanut butter Captain Crunch. And I bought a thing of sour cream and French onion dip and 2 family-sized bags of Wavy Lay's. I'm going to eat it all in a day. That's the plan. One day. That vacation day is a Friday, so I have the whole weekend to recoup diarrhea-wise.
All right, go ahead, reader.
All right. 2018 MLB standings.
Still no to the White Sox.
The Blue Jays were 73 and 89. The Baltimore Orioles were 47 and 115.
Much better.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad on me.
So here you go.
I just did it.
Oh, did he? Here you go.
The Tigers. Can we get a top on that? That's gonna spill right over my computer. Oh, it just did. The Tigers were 64 and 98. The White Sox were 62 and 100. I like that. Nice flat. 100.
Yeah. I was so bummed. 'Cause I was like, the quest to not lose 100, and they bombed the last series.
The Kansas City Royals were 58 and 104.
So that division's gonna be bad again.
The Angels were 80 and
At
82.
least we're not underperforming like the Phillies.
The Rangers
I'm not disagreeing.
were 67 and 95.
Well, they're getting Harper.
The Phillies were 80 and 82. The Mets were 77 and 85, almost tied the Phillies, who were much better. 63 and 98 for the Marlins. The Pittsburgh Pirates were above 500.
Jeff
The Reds were 67 and 95. The Giants were 73 and 89, and the Padres were 66 and 96. So I just threw a lot of teams out at you, but you guys know which teams are bad.
Can you repeat that?
All right, I would like to give 3, and I have to give sound reasoning. You said, right?
Yes.
The Phillies, because they're going to add Harper, which is going to give them, I would believe, 3 wins. I can't see Harper not contributing to 3 more wins. The Mets, as long as they don't play any games in May.
Yeah.
And the Reds, their uniforms are too good not to.
That's
Hey, the Reds just got sunny grays.
That's a given.
But the Reds have great uniforms. And
best in the league.
also, I'd like to go out now, bold prediction. The Pittsburgh Pirates get both Chubs. Both Chubs.
Jeff, you didn't participate.
Because they suck.
I don't know what the other Chubb's name is. I know
You
one's
see the
Nick Chubb.
Dodgers are trying to get Marte?
I like to think the other Chubb is Chub Chub.
Chub.
Everybody remember those sodas called Chubbies? You could get them in the Goya aisle at like Price Right.
I've seen those.
Yeah, Chubbies.
Jeff.
I think it's
you
just
hear me?
Moxie in there.
Moxie.
The Pirates and Dodgers are talking.
About what?
Marte.
Why?
Dodgers want Marte
For what reason?
because he's better than what they have.
Is that right?
Yeah, because they traded Kemp and
Well,
Puig.
he's good on PEDs. You hear that, Starling? PEDs.
Do you want them to keep him?
I don't care
I'd like
anymore.
to make a
I really,
name
no,
would be to
really.
call them Peds.
I've
Heads.
never been more frustrated at a
dispenser.
sports team, and I'm a Knicks fan, so it's remarkable that I'm more frustrated with the Pirates.
Hey man, I feel your pain.
At least you guys are like adding talent.
Who?
I guess you're right.
Who's adding talent?
Well,
We just keep acquiring prospects that are never going to get called up, and when they
You're
do,
acquiring
they
Machado's
yeah, but we're
family.
trading our prospects for not even for good packages.
yeah. But here's the deal.
but for guys that we trade anyway.
Yeah, ours get surgeries that remove them from contention for a year.
Ours get DUIs in Korea.
I think we can both agree that our basketball teams are dumpster
Oh,
fires.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Mhm.
at least Levine's fun to watch.
that's true. He is fun to watch.
Any
But-
other predictions?
Yeah,
I think the Phillies are going to be the big. I mean, they only finished slightly under 500, but they're going to be a
I think the
turnaround
Phillies
team.
Win 99 games this year.
I don't know about that high. I think the Mets.
Think
I think
Mets
they win
gonna finish
99
above 500?
games. I think they win 99 games, and they finish second in the NL East.
Listen, just give fucking DeGrom
the
more than one
Brewers.
run of run support, and you already won 8 games.
well, he didn't.
Yeah, welcome
So-
to every year as a White Sox fan with Sale.
DeGrom didn't deserve to lose 1 game last year.
Kyle, we argue this all the time. You say to me like I'm going to defend him not getting run support. I don't understand.
I'm just
What
saying
do you
that's
want
like-
me to say?
That's like 5 wins right there.
You're right. What am I going to argue against?
See, the Mets to me, and me and Kyle were talking about this. The Mets to me, if they're competing within the division,
They should change the name to the IR Mets.
if they're competing within the division come June, July, I think they're going to stay put and try and contend. If they're not, I think they're blowing that team up. I think they're going to trade DeGrom and Syndergaard and accumulate whatever they can. I mean, you can't hold on to them for too long. It's good stuff,
This
right?
is great. This is great.
I will say, and I
So
said
the
this.
chair back gives out.
I said this last year, well, the end of the season, that the Mets are for sure third place team. What that means is, hey, they can go 82-80. They can, I just think the Phillies are good enough. They're young enough that they're gonna, especially foreseeably, the Harper thing is gonna work out. The Machado thing may also work out. That team is only gonna get better. The Braves, for me, I think, not fluky, but I just think
they take a step back.
I think it was just the best team that year. I don't think they're gonna repeat.
So as a Mets fan, you're okay with them spending the money on DeGrom, Syndergaard for third place?
No, I'm not excited or happy that they're making that. I'm just saying that if there's a team that is consistent in one thing and one thing only, is that injuries kind of.
Yes.
And I don't see. It's just one of those things. Certain teams kind of have a curse. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. I don't know what the reason is, but the team is good.
You got a bunch of has-beens.
I don't disagree. I mean,
Also, a bunch of never was.
freaking I can't think of his name now. Adrian Gonzalez. What was that about? What a waste of everybody's time. But they were thinking, hey, we have a guy who's known for hitting home runs. Let's go to this home run happy ballpark that we're trying to make and bring in fans.
He's still on the team.
He was
No.
cut like July.
Was
Yeah, he played like 44 games. But what I'm saying is that when you boil it down to all that stuff, the Mets are a third place team, and that there's always a reason that's keeping them back. Whether it's the injuries, the Nationals were good for so long, the Phillies appear to be kind of on this upswing. There's always the one team that's kind of ahead, and
Well, it's not really because they have the pitching to do it. Besides Jason Vargas, gotta get rid of him. But like your offense is just so old.
yeah, but they're old. But when they hit, they're on. The team, they can put run support. The team is good.
Yeah, but it's either all on or they're all off. There's no in between.
Right, and it's just one of those things. It's not like the team is not bad. The players they had, questionable signings at times, but the team has never been bad. They never put out a bad product. It's just when they're hitting, they're electric. They're good for 14 runs. When they're not, they're good for no runs and 3 hits. So there's, like you said, there's no medium.
I'll tell you the funny part of the Mets season last year was, I think it was like the day after we had you two arguing about the Mets not being able to hit, and they dropped 20 on the Phillies.
That happens when you face Nick Pivetta.
Doesn't mean they can hit. Just means if
I
they can't
know,
pitch.
It was just so funny.
All right, so are we done with this segment? Does anybody else have any insight? I just thought of something off the fly. We could do.
Yeah, I mean, anybody. Yeah.
So we can only do this for like 20 minutes or so. Good questions. All right. I'm going to give you guys a quote from a popular sports movie. And try to guess what movie it's from.
All right.
There's
We
3
Are
hints to be
Marshall.
given. There's 3 hints to be given. So the first one is
Left side.
you're not even a has-been. You're a never was.
Is that what sparked the idea for this?
The rookie.
Everybody gets one guess, and then you're eliminated starting now. And then you guys can agree as a consensus for hints. But once it's down to 2, no more hints.
I'll tell you what. I bet you I'm first eliminated.
I can picture this being said.
With the
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Do you care to take your guess?
The Replacements.
Incorrect.
They say it in that.
It's not the movie I'm thinking about, though.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. I have it right here. The movie I'm thinking about. It's on my phone.
I know, but I'm still
They
right.
stole it from this movie, I promise.
Oh man, I have no idea.
Do you care for a hint?
No, I don't want to use my hints already.
I
This is
can
like one collective hint.
I can say the scene. They say it in The Replacements.
Do you guys want a hint?
I'll give you a
Alright.
hint every time someone's eliminated. How about that one? All right. So this one's going to be, this is the easiest hint, or the worst hint, I guess. I don't know. So I'll give you the year the movie came out. Is that fair?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, whatever year the replacements came out.
Nope. So this movie came out in 1992,
All right.
way before the replacements.
Remake.
1992.
Remake. You're not even a has-been. You're a never was.
All right. I have my guess.
What do you got?
Miracle.
Nope.
Thought so. I just went by the.
come out in '92.
When did it come out?
Like 2007.
2007. Souls. Come on.
Ah,
Angels
I don't
in the
think
outfield.
they ripped it off from this movie. I think it just happens to be the same thing.
Anybody else care to have another guess? One other hint?
Jeff just said.
Angels in the outfield.
Incorrect.
With the
So it's just down to you, Souls.
He got game. No, not that one.
oh Jesus,
Loving
Well, hold
basketball.
on. This hasn't happened yet, so you guys get to decide. Once he
Avengers.
says the name, is it locked in, or it is, if he said never mind?
oh no, it's locked
That's
in.
bullshit.
Fuck
That's
you,
not the one I
Souls.
had in my head.
Fuck you, Souls.
What
It's
was the
locked
one in your head? You have to say the one in your head right
Yep,
now.
say
Field
it.
of Dreams.
All right,
How
both
do you-
wrong.
How?
It's the Mighty
How?
Ducks.
Hold on. How are those two movies what you had in your head?
I'm thinking of Ray Allen.
Coach, what's the bad guy?
So you're
what's the
thinking
bad
Field
coach?
of Dreams, but
Kyle,
think of Ray
Kyle,
Allen.
what's the coach of the Hawks? What's his
What?
name?
Budenholzer?
Buck
Old
Allen.
coach?
Huh? Would you say Buck Allen? Did you say Buck Allen? Coach Buck
So
Allen.
it's in Ray.
I forget what his name is, but that guy said it to
Is
Coach Bombay.
Buden?
It was also said in the replacements
A
where
rip-off of that movie.
direct rip-off.
All right, so here we go. Got another quote here. You said we're a team. One person struggles, we all struggle. One person triumphs, we all triumph.
Coach Carter.
That's correct.
I was gonna say Gridiron Gang.
It's Coach Carter. Am I right?
Yeah, well, Jeff gets the point.
Excellent. Fuck
He's
you.
suffering. You're not. You suffered weeks ago.
Yeah, your team's just a bunch of divas.
That's true.
Tell me I'm wrong. Except for
Didn't say
Ben.
anything wrong. You want to come at me, brah?
Rebuttal? Souls?
Bitch.
Just Greg Zerline, baby.
Oh yeah, he's a guy that was in the playoffs this year, right?
Yeah.
He called him
All the
Legatron.
Saints
Oh
It's
yeah.
terrible.
on a 57-yard field.
It's a terrible nickname.
Doesn't matter.
Heard that from the MASH.
Oh, that's a kicker that makes extra points too, right?
Yeah.
And field goals.
You're gonna come at me. I
Yeah.
get my team sucked this
Yeah,
year.
they did.
At least we didn't get so far and just lose.
But at least we got
Did in
there.
fantasy.
This is an odd argument you
That's
guys are having.
So
Yeah,
calm.
imagine like, oh, we sucked. Huh, good for you. You did suck, and you will because your team's deteriorating. Anyway,
Riddler?
You will soon.
nope.
All right. Let's keep the profanity down. I mean it, no swearing.
Getting sports with drunk
Oh,
after hours.
Rookie of the Year.
What?
Rookie of the Year.
Incorrect.
I would like the hint now.
Goon.
All right, so the first hint is the year the movie was released. This movie was released in... Oh, never mind.
Oh, I think I know it.
Click the wrong button. I was going to say, how did this movie die in
Uh-oh.
1997? Doesn't make any sense.
I think I know it.
All right, good for you. You're eliminated.
Yeah.
Kind of like your season before the postseason.
94.
You were too.
Yep. but we made the
94.
postseason.
Can we hear the quote
Just
again?
to be upset.
I mean,
No.
Let's keep
come on.
down the
still-
profanity.
Don't come at me.
I mean
We're
it, no
starting it.
we're a
swearing.
better team.
Let's keep down the
All around.
profanity. I mean it, no swearing.
Promise I get these hints and I just focus on the hint, not even the quote. All
I need to guess before another hint can come through.
right, I feel like this is a baseball.
I'm going to
Because
count
they
to
don't
10 in
know.
my head. If there is no guess by the time I get to 10, I eliminate someone by choice.
Wait, you got a guess?
Yeah, I got one.
What do you got?
Hold on, I know the movie, but the name is escaping me. A Little Big League.
Incorrect.
Little shout out to Corey Brewer. Signed a 10-day contract with the Sixers.
Sick.
Gross.
He will be cut after day 10. Maybe not.
Do we want another hint?
Yeah, please.
This is going to be... I'm going to need a hand raise because there's only 2 people left. I feel like this one might give it away. Neither of you are allowed to participate. So this is between J. Martin and Machcine Washable. A supporting actor in this movie is Tony Danza.
This is bullshit.
You guessed so early.
I thought I knew it, but now I definitely
What
know
the
it.
hell sports movie was Tony
We're in the same
Danza
boat
in?
here.
Yeah.
It's best because I think you don't know it either.
I don't think
I thought
know.
you would have known it from that hint.
I
I
know
know Kyle knows it.
I'm blanking.
Can I give Jeff a hint?
Nope. All right, I will give another hint. Again, hand raise. Whoever raised, J-Mark, you might want to get your hands away from under the table. All right. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I know
No,
what
you
raising
just
my
raise
hands
your
for.
hand. You just raise your hand.
I didn't know that's what we were doing.
Come on, Pat. Give him a hint.
Another supporting cast member of this movie was Matthew McConaughey.
Dude, got it in my... I know it.
It doesn't matter. You're eliminated.
Do you know it now?
So the movie I think it is, I don't think it is.
Can I
All
give
right.
him the other cast member?
All right, the main character is Danny Glover.
All right.
The other character?
Sure.
The other
No,
character.
no, not that one.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah, well, I'm assuming the other main character.
Okay, Google.
Life is an illusion.
And the other main
What
character
movie
is
did
Christopher
you-
Lloyd.
Angels in the outfield.
Yes.
It wasn't Back to the Future.
Joseph
Marty.
Gordon-Levitt?
No, fuck him.
He's a kid.
Oh.
Fucking
Yeah, but fuck him though. Seriously.
God, I haven't seen that movie since I was like 7.
Well, fucking get on it, bro.
Fuck him though. Honestly, do you guys like this game?
Yeah, give us one more.
One more. All right. Okay, let's see.
Take a quick pee break after this one.
No.
Just go now. John Gruden's in the stall with you.
It's
Is he
not
in there?
Stall. It's
Yeah.
a room.
That's awesome.
The other day I had to take a number 2, and the way he's positioned, you can't sit like normally in the toilet. You have to kind of sit sideways. And I came down kind of quick and pinched my business.
On Gruden.
No, not on the ground, on the seat.
Sat right on his
We are
head.
not affiliated
Yeah.
with Corona or John Gruden.
All right.
Hurt
You-
pretty good.
You realize that football, like life, is a game of inches.
Hockey movie.
Oh,
No.
radio.
Is that your final guess?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
All right.
Hint?
This movie was released in. Hold on, it's loading.
Radio.
1999.
Ooh,
Oh, easy.
1999.
Radio.
That's a give me right there. I'll let you guys answer first, though.
The Replacements.
Incorrect.
1999.
Well, Longest Yard. Adam Sandler version.
This is by far the most star-studded cast in a football movie ever.
Left side.
Any given Sunday.
Correct.
Remember the Titans.
So this movie, just
Is that
for-
Gosling
anybody who's
and
anybody who's ever
Denzel?
seen this movie, Al Pacino, Cameron Diaz, Dennis Quaid, James Wood, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J, Jim Brown, Lawrence Taylor, Bill Bellamy. We're getting into people I
you
don't
were
know.
going to say Bill Belichick.
In the movie.
Was Lawrence Taylor the linebacker?
That would probably make sense.
Lawrence Taylor was Luther.
Vandross.
Yeah, the guy that like basically like broke his leg and ended his career in the film.
Irony.
Joe Theismann was happy.
That's fucked up, dude.
It's not my fault. He
I
started.
don't know what like Rita's doing right now.
Are you getting us Burger King?
I think she's wafting
Big King
her
XLs, come on.
smells. All right, so
With
there you go.
fries.
I can come up with a bunch of other games. I'm really good at coming up with
Well-
games.
We could do the top 5. I mean, top 5. Wow, Souls.
Oh, here you go. Hennessy.
We can do the Souls A's.
No. I want preparation.
Dude.
You know what? No. I got a good game. We'll play this game for. Like, I kind of like these hodgepodge fuck ups because it's a good representation of where the show started from. The Red Baron is abandoning us because I believe the proper railroad term is lay some track. But Kyle and I play this game a lot on the
Kyle
way
loves
home from the
Hennessy.
shows. So we're going to play like a would you rather game. So who would you rather have? I'm going to pose the question to Jeff, and then Jeff can pose it to the people. So Jeff,
I don't think I should be doing this.
who would you rather have on your squad?
We bought these mic stands. Use them.
It's just the way the seats are.
Who would you rather have in his prime? A end of his tenure, or not in his prime? Who would you rather have on your team? Sorry. Who would you rather have in your squad? Who would you rather have in your squad? An end of his tenure with the Clippers, Elton Brand, or Nuggets Neen? Or Nene for the uncultured folk.
Choose wisely, Martin.
Tell you what, we've needed this from Jeff for a long time.
I think we're
I
gonna
just like
go
he's holding
with,
like a glass of scotch.
Bob Barker.
we're gonna go with Elton Brand.
Elton Brand?
You chose
Any
correct.
specific reason?
It's the brand, baby.
I like it. All right. You
He's
can also
also
question
better.
everybody else. Any sport counts. Any sport.
We go over to
The reason I'm
Mr.
coming up with
Mock.
these games is because I don't really know what time we're recording till. I think it's 11:30.
We got an hour and
So
a half.
we're gonna go
Yeah, so we got a
with
long time.
Game 7 of the World Series. Would you rather have Andy Pettitte or Roger Clemens?
Andy Pettitte. He was just shut down in the postseason.
Wait, Andy
did
Pettitte
he-
or Roger Clemens today?
But did he make an appearance in the movie Anger Management? No, he didn't.
That wasn't a factor.
Well,
But
no, if-
you already
if
made
we're
your
talking-
choice.
If we're talking like Game 7 playoffs, I would take Pettitte over Clemens.
Chill out,
10
Roger.
out
the
of
Red
10
Sox.
times.
Now, what if I said
Every
it was
time.
against all right-handed hitters featuring Albert Pujols and other folks that crush lefties?
Bring them on.
Actually, I'm going to take a shot because Pujols hits righties.
Jeff, diehard Pirates fan,
Jeff's really struggling to get the mic back in the stand.
has a fat head of Albert Pujols.
He used to.
Well,
it actually
he-
came down because, well, go on, and then I'll explain. It'll make more
Well,
sense.
Mock's picking who the Would You Rather.
Go ahead, because I got to think of one.
His bedroom at his old house, right next to his bed, so he could middle
Right
of the
next to
night,
the Drew Brees poster.
look into Albert Pujols' eyes as a Pirates fan. And
And yeah, well, I mean,
And my son tore it down because his crib was right underneath it. And I've never been more proud to call him my son.
Hey,
What was
those-
the baseball
until
card
he
you went
kills
right
somebody.
He's a Jason Hayward fan.
to?
Not a fan of that.
What do you do when he just grows up loving Josh Freeman? For no reason at all.
Looking back at
I'll
old
hate
footage
him
now,
as much as he loves him.
this guy could really swing the bat.
You were adopted. You were an adopted son.
All right, Souls.
Yerp.
Which
monorail. Would you rather have?
You're
which rookie running back would you rather have?
Rava.
Rashad Penny or Royce Freeman?
Royce Freeman.
Why?
He was just
Similar to Josh Freeman.
Kyle, that's not an argument.
better. There's nothing else to say because they both didn't play a lot.
Well-
I just think Royce Freeman's more powerful and he can be more explosive. Rashard Penny has lost his job after winning it week 1.
That's fair. Ask Kendall a question.
Kendall,
Yes.
I have no other choice.
No, you can ask anybody you want. We're going around.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Yes, don't exclude me.
Who would you rather have taken the last shot? Okay. To win the game.
Okay, are you going to read these names off the game cast you have going on?
Nope.
Okay.
Kyle Korver or Marco Bellinelli?
As for specifications, are you down by 2 or 3 or 1?
Down by 2.
Down by 2.
This is important.
It is important.
To win the
Are
game.
we home or away?
Yeah, that
Well,
is
hold
important.
on, hold on.
Which jerseys? Are they the city edition?
Which Kyle Korver? Hawks Kyle Korver or Bulls Kyle
Or
Korver?
Jazz?
Wow.
Jazz Part 1
Or Sixers?
or Hornets Bellinelli?
All right, enough.
So here's my
All right, so just pick Korver or Bellinelli.
I'm picking Corver for multiple reasons. One is I know I'll give Kyle a chub. And I and
Two,
because-
you're a big fan of 2.5 Men Part 2,
yeah,
which
yeah.
he stars in.
And I think of those situations, I think I've seen Corver make more of those type of shots.
Real quick, I meant to do this earlier. I would like to do an around the horn to Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver went on record saying that he would love nothing more than to do a shot-for-shot remake of Cheaper by the Dozen with him playing Ashton Kutcher. I want that more than anything I've ever wanted in my life.
Hillary Duff.
I want. Okay, never mind.
I stand corrected.
That's right. I want Cheaper by the Dozen, Hillary Duff.
Oh,
Stu McGuire
my.
Duff got it.
What?
Cadet Kelly.
What'd you
All
say?
right, new segment. All right, Red Baron,
Okay. Would you rather have?
is this to me?
Yes.
All right, well, the
I
viewers
didn't-
can't see where
I
you're
know. I
looking.
didn't specify. Riddler.
Mhm.
Would you rather have late 2000s Cowboys offensive line or early to mid 2000s Patriots offensive line?
Remember Leonard Davis. What was that? Oh yes, Kyle, go ahead.
See, that's tough because it's like I need to know what offense I'm running.
Just ready?
Who's my head coach?
Sean McVay.
So
Am I a GM or a head coach?
Marvin Lewis.
I'll be a GM.
You're gonna be a GM.
Who's my head coach?
your head coach is going to
Or-
be retired. You're going to have Mike Shanahan as your coach.
It's a guy that
Cowboys.
knows his way around the pigskin.
Cowboys offensive line. Old school guy, run and gun.
I like it. Mark always ends up with the cap of the Hennessy.
All right.
No cap.
Machcine washable.
Yeah.
Which undrafted player would you rather build an offense around? Doug Baldwin or Philip Lindsay?
Ooh. Philip Lindsay.
So the kill him.
And it's because to me, I think it's easier to build around a running back than it is a wide receiver. Lindsay, he's kind of a smaller guy, but he's good at catching out of the backfield.
There's also a hothead.
He's also good at throwing them hands,
What?
son.
He's a hothead.
Yeah. Yes.
So he's
Um,
only good for you if he's on the field.
That's very true. Well, Doug Baldwin's always hurt.
Philip Lindsay got hurt.
Week 17.
I feel like
doesn't
Doug
count.
Baldwin's only been kind of
Philip
hurt
Lindsay
as of
missed the
late.
last 2 games of the
Last
season.
couple of years.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Philip Lindsay
His name's
missed the last 2
Doug.
games of the season. Percentage-wise,
Was it
he's
the
probably.
last two or the last one?
I think it was the last 2.
Call me OBJ in this bitch.
Either way, he might. It's probably around the same percentage amount of total games played. Sample sizes are irrelevant.
Yeah. I think it's easier to build around a running back that's effective versus just one wide receiver.
Okay, that's fair.
That's on my opinion.
All right, your turn.
Oh, we skipped Jeff.
No, we didn't.
You can ask whoever you want.
Order because I didn't expect it to go in order.
Kendall.
I just asked a basketball question and knew there was only 2 people I could ask it to.
Which Mets pitcher would you rather trade, DeGrom or Syndergaard?
Um,
And the correct answer is both.
To the
correct
Yankees
answer is neither.
for cash.
And if I had to pick one, I would pick Syndergaard. Not really any particular reason. I guess DeGrom, has more upside.
Which one's Thor?
If they're
Syndergaard.
All right, you picked the wrong one.
You think Syndergaard was pissed when DeGrom cut his hair?
I was a little surprised that he cut his hair.
I feel like he
That's
was
not the
like,
question
"You
that
should
we
have called
posed."
me."
No, I think Thor. He's got his
He was
own
better
thing.
after he cut his hair off.
Cut his what?
Cut his all off.
Once
I
he
think
cut
he's
off
just
his
as good.
arm,
You need
he was
to
just
pick
so
up
much
some
better.
food?
Didn't have that
Just
extra weight weighing him down on the
Just
other
a
side.
different season, But I'm sorry. I'd keep DeGrom.
I think I've posed this question. James posed this question before.
Name the teams he played for.
If a,
No.
all right,
All of them.
Celtics, Heat, yeah,
Is this-
Charlotte,
is this-
Mavericks. I'm pretty sure he played for the Mavericks.
No
Are we
idea. I
still
just know
talking
the
about Jacob
story.
DeGrom?
Well,
I
no,
think moved on to Big Baby
no. I
Davis.
have a question.
Most folks did.
So I know if you're a switch hitter, you can't switch which side you're batting from mid at bat,
Oh, you could do it in softball.
right?
I didn't know that.
Unless they bring in a different pitcher, right?
Yeah, you could do it.
You can do it.
But like you can't do it like if they're the same pitcher.
No, you can.
So if you're you can take 2 pitches lefty.
Yeah, you just can't do it. You just can't do it pitching.
What?
That's so absurd. So if you have an ambidextrous batter, you can switch. Every pitch you can switch both
can.
each side of the plate. But if you're an ambidextrous pitcher, you can't switch.
I didn't know that. I thought you had to.
Well,
I thought you'd take the
when
whole-
Pat Van Dette did it, they fucking had a whole fucking thing about it.
I thought you'd take the whole at bat.
I
from
thought it
whatever-
was now once you take a pitch on one, you have
That's
to
what I
stay.
thought.
Also,
Well-
isn't it true that, like, I would say 71.8% of all batters should technically be called out every season because when they strike out swinging, they step on home plate. Isn't that technically an out?
Yeah, but no one cares about that.
But it's technically an out. If you step on home plate during an at bat, it's an out.
If you make contact.
I read the rule as if
I thought it was if you put the ball in play and you were stepping on the plate, it's an
See,
out.
that's even more asinine because if I hit the ball, the last thing I'm worried about is where home plate is. I'm worried about taking off.
Let me step forward first.
Crack. Get over this. All right, we're off.
I thought that I could be wrong, but I thought that was
Look, here's the
rule.
thing: chances of me being wrong versus you being wrong way higher in my aspect of the game understanding.
my
And don't feel like you have to go to every. You can skip people. You don't have to go to Kyle or Jeff if you don't want to. If you have a question poised from Machcine or myself, do it.
send it back. I think I have one for Jeff though.
Not interested.
Oh, I see.
No, send it. Let's hear it.
Send it. All right.
Who's your favorite NFL referee?
Mike Hockley. Ed Hockley. No one caught it.
Would you rather have, Jeff, the running back duo you have now, or the wide receiver staff you had when it was like Meacham and
Apparently the running back duo, because you can't even name the receivers.
well, I'm trying to
Meacham, Lance Moore, Devery Henderson,
Yeah, I was thinking-
and Marquise Colston.
Yes, thank you.
Not them.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Those guys put up numbers
They did.
equally.
Yes, but Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram put up numbers as well.
Yeah.
And
Different.
it's
the
different, but
same.
let me put it this way. They took the pressure off of having to put those receiving numbers up. We have 2 ways to score the ball, not one way like we used to.
That's right.
Cole-
Alvin Kamara receptions.
Colson could
Not
run the
Breeze
ball.
rushing.
Not to take anything away from Deuce and Reggie, but
To
consistency,
take everything away from them.
all those
consistency-wise, they weren't
receivers
all
could-
there.
Couldn't run the ball. They could end around guys.
I mean, Marquise Colston was great with the lateral.
That's a different scenario. That's just not knowing the rules.
Do you to kind of piggyback off it? Do you think Ingram's on the team next year?
Yeah.
You think they re-sign him?
I think they keep that core together.
Do you think they're gonna have to pay him a lot of money?
I think they'll pay him a little bit more than we'd
The
like
next team
to,
would.
but I also don't think they're going to go out of their way to overpay him.
I think it's one of those things. I think they'll overpay him only because they want to give him a better offer than the next team.
Yeah.
How
Like-
old is he?
70?
20, going on 28 or 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like 70. Isn't that crazy to think about? Like, yeah, this
Well,
guy's going to be
Hold on,
29.
let me fact
You know, think
check
about
this
this.
out.
This guy's going to be 29. He's kind of like hitting the tail end of his career for a running back. Like, I just turned 26, and I'm hitting the tail end.
I'm
of
in
my
the
liver.
twilight years.
I like to think of my liver as a running back.
If that's the case, mine is like Peyton Hillis.
Just beat up.
29.
Beat up. It was good. Made the Madden cover. But then
That's right. If a team, say like the Jets, like go out and really overspend, do you think the Saints try and?
No way, dude.
He won the Heisman.
They're not getting Bell, though. I'll tell you that much. Brown's restructuring, and they're signing Bell.
Could you imagine
all
that?
this nonsense and like it all works out.
And then Ben holds out.
And then Schuster
And they
holds
re-sign
out.
Landry Jones, and then Kyle's found hanging in a closet somewhere.
Might happen.
It's funny. He went for like a thumbs up, but immediately pulled it back
The
down.
thing though is like, I think if we found Kyle hanging because of that situation, it would definitely be in the BK cooler. Not to be dark, but it would be in the BK cooler.
Anywho,
It'd be in your bathroom.
No, it wouldn't. That's too clean now.
it might be in my bed.
Hanging in your bed.
Yeah, from the semen rope.
just off the side.
Really tough way to do it. Jump off the bed. Oh, mess it up. Let's
No,
go
the
again.
ground's licking him.
So I have to divvy one up now?
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
All
it
right,
is.
so I'm shooting one to Kendall.
Ooh, right
Ooh.
back.
You know why? Because you're going to love this.
Reverse.
It's a Patriots question. I know it.
Yeah, so, yes.
All right.
Yes.
What about Tom Brady?
No. All right. So you're
Rather be Giselle.
you know, through your success on this radio show, you actually get offered somehow a GM position, right, for the Steelers. You're excited. Now, you have to choose a wide receiver of the 2 that I list next.
All right.
So they say, Kendall, would
Deion
you like
Branch.
Deion Branch or would you like Jabbar Gaffney?
Ooh.
He's going to pick Gaffney because he was also a Bronco and he's
No,
a
no.
homer for the Broncos.
This is Patriots, Jabbar
No, I know,
Gaffney.
but he'll
Only.
ride it off. All right.
He also likes the Seahawks.
Well, here's the
For
problem.
no reason. He only likes the Seahawks because fucking what's his face?
Fine. Let me retract this. You get to pick one player. Can I retract it?
All right.
Sure.
Who's the first guy I said?
Deion Branch.
All right, so Deion Branch
Jones.
or Ty Law.
Dun, 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 dun,
Third
dun.
option.
Deion Branch.
Now, keep in mind, they're both going to tell you how great of an
Yeah,
organization
I know,
the
I know.
Patriots are.
I think in the other scenario too, I think I would have picked Deion Branch because Jabbar Gaffney wasn't even good anywhere. Anywhere.
He was great for New England.
Hardly. And Deion Branch wasn't really that good either. Honestly,
he
when you
was
look at it,
fantastic.
he wasn't. He was just on
He's great.
3.
He's got the hardware to back it up.
But yeah, I'm picking Deion Branch because Ty Law is far worse in every capacity. That Patriots defense, hate them so much. Just remember him dancing.
You're wearing a Ty Law jersey
Yeah.
right now.
I mean,
college
that's-
jersey, played at
your
Tulane.
undershirt says Brewski, baby.
But yeah, I'm picking taking branch.
You're what?
Baking.
I thought
All right,
I heard.
you got a
pegging.
question?
All right, you want one, Riddler? You've.
I have one for Kyle. That's why I want.
Okay, all right.
One for Jeff.
You suck, bitch.
All right.
Whatever, bro.
On the fly
We
here.
just effectively exiled Mock from this conversation.
Yeah, but I'm having fun on the sidelines here.
Yeah, he's like that. He's the Sean McVay. You see that report today?
Yeah,
The
Sean
strength
McVay-
coach?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, Sean McVay has the keeping him off out of the ref's way coach.
I could do that. Sean.
You know why you couldn't? Because you couldn't keep up with Sean McVay.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that guy
That's
like
true.
paces.
You'd be like a good keeping up with the
Kardashians.
the guy
Andy Reid.
No,
I can keep up with Andy Reid.
No, the guy from the Browns.
Once that guy gets ahead of Steve, it's
Really,
all over.
yeah, the mustache.
the one that every time he yelled, his stomach moved.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but
I
you
don't
should
know,
look him up.
but He's not as good as Romeo Cornell.
Remember, he is the
Did
goat.
you guys see the memes of the Andy Reid? Like, wait, I don't get to go to the White House now for that fast food buffet.
Did you see that video that was viral on Facebook about the Make America Great kids taunting the
Yeah.
Oh,
Native
yeah.
American? Immediately after the game, Patriots versus Chiefs. It was hilarious.
All right, I got one for you. Would you rather have AJ Hawk have played, went into the Bears and played, we'll say, 5 more years, or have him
So
become
after his Packer career.
yes,
Okay.
but still kind of if he had his prime, you will, or have him be your head coach.
What an asshole! Look at that smug look on his
Fuck
face
you,
after
dude.
he
Good
said it.
question.
I would
I had to
like-
pick branch or law.
I will pick one, but I would but like fuck you, dude.
Oh.
I would like to remove all Hennessy from Kendall's clutches
Uh-oh.
Give me the Hennessy.
and give it all to Jeff.
No.
Nope.
Baby Birdem.
Ugh.
But I want it to be kept in Jeff's car, only to be drunk before work.
Shark dude. Sorry.
No, you don't have to be.
I'm really
You know how many
sorry.
times fucking Kyle's cousins listen to that song? All the time.
Do they dance in a circle?
Do.
Kyle, you wouldn't know. You're never there when they're there.
I always dance.
No, you're not, because you're busy fucking slamming Crystal Lee. Anyway,
Baby soul.
it might be. Does she listen to the show?
No one does.
Oh, okay. Then it might be. Anyway, oh god, I'm gonna AJ Hawk playing for 5 more years in his prime, I guess.
Maybe
I mean, at
he
least,
gets hurt.
yeah, hopefully.
Or maybe he
That would've been-
shines.
if he had to
People
play
say
5
he's
years,
better
but
than
terribly.
I hope I hope we're playing the Bengals, and I hope Burfict has decided to wear metal cleats that game, and he takes it to the eye.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
All right, Kyle. Would you rather build a franchise around Sidney Crosby and Brent Burns, or Alexander Ovechkin and Duncan Keith?
Oh, Burns and Crosby. Got the beard and Burns. You got Crosby.
All right, so give me a real reason.
Dude,
love Sidney
Crosby.
you got the scoring and playmaking of Crosby,
Oh.
and you got the hit aspect of Burns.
Okay, but to combat that, you have arguably the best setup defenseman in all of the NHL with the best goal scorer in all of the NHL.
I'm going for more goals, and that's Burns and Crosby.
Okay, so real quick, just wanted to back this up. So you're saying that Crosby, who scores goals, and Brent Burns, who traditionally doesn't score goals, are going to score more goals
Right.
than Duncan Keith, who's the best setup assist man in all of the NHL, and
I want
Ovechkin,
that
the
fucking
best goal scorer.
104 mile per hour slam.
I'm willing to bet you if Duncan Keith and Ovechkin played, Ovechkin would have 65 goals a season. For
You asked
5
me what I
seasons.
would rather have, not what would be better.
He likes losing.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm arguing with you because of the argument you gave. I'm
Forever,
going
dude.
for more goals. You're getting less goals.
Whatever. They're more fun.
Are they though?
Yeah.
Crosby's more fun than Ovechkin?
Yeah,
Brent
Crosby's a
Burns more
bitch.
fun than Duncan Keith.
This is
Yeah, but at the
true,
same, you're,
but,
going, you're
but
getting the same.
Crosby's a bitch.
But you're getting the same level of teeth because Duncan Keith and Crosby have never lost teeth, and Burns and Ovechkin are both missing their front teeth.
And also,
And Ovechkin's wife is smoking hot.
and also,
And when Crosby wins the cup, he just eats frosted flakes out of it. Ovechkin paid $4.8 million to teammates to keep the cup for more days.
well,
You know that Ovechkin did that? Ovechkin paid one player $750,000 so that he could have the cup for his day.
That's very funny.
Isn't it? The summer of Ovechkin was great. All right, Kyle, ask a question.
Jeff.
Yeah.
If the Knicks were no longer a team, who would be your favorite team?
No, it's got to be an option A or option B.
Okay. Sorry.
29 more to pick, Jeff.
The Westchester Knicks.
Ooh, they
Like, give me the
moved.
fucking options, all
The
right?
Kings or the Pistons?
I'm gonna have to fist fight you if you pick one of these.
We talking Ron Artest Pistons?
He was never a Piston.
What year am I making this decision?
No.
It wasn't. But it was a
Right
Pistons
now.
game.
All right.
Who was he
All right.
playing for then?
Willie
He played for the
Cauley-Stein
Pacers.
or Dennis Rodman?
What was that Pistons
If I had to
game,
pick
though?
right now,
Remember, one of them
has
Is-
Zach Randolph.
but one of them has nudes of Jeanette McCurdy.
What are you doing with the Pistons?
And the
No
other one
second
has
thoughts.
nudes of
But
some.
he also can get nudes of that woman.
That woman.
All right, Jeff, do you have a would you rather for somebody?
We'll get Mike involved again. We'll get Mike
All right,
involved.
all right.
Would you rather have Kevin Nash as your tag team partner
No,
or
close,
throat
close to this.
stomp Zack Ryder?
Far worse, far worse.
And
Would-
you can't fuck over your tag team partner.
It's for the belts,
Listen,
remember.
listen, that's part of wrestling is to disband the tag team.
You got to win first.
Oh man,
Would you rather?
good thing it's not your question.
Would you rather suffer through one of these two scenarios?
Oh god.
Scenario A. Derek Jeter traded to the Red Sox, hits walk-off versus Yankees in that series where the Yankees lost 4 straight. Scenario B. Never beat the Patriots in the postseason.
Oof. Yikes. That is a good one. Now,
It hurts me to think about either of those things happening, but
does Jeter stay on the Red Sox or does he come back after the 04
so,
season?
So Jeter stays there, and everything that's happened in history still remains the same. So the Red Sox win another ring with Jeter, and then another ring if he's still there.
Hey, still ends up in Monument Park, though.
Nope.
That's the one thing that changes.
Wow,
Nope,
that's-
I thought I made that clear.
So and it's both Giants wins are out.
They lose bad.
Oh my god.
Deion Branch makes the helmet catch.
No, it was Welker.
And while he's doing it, he does the Marshawn Lynch thing, hold my dick. Hold my
Wow,
dick.
this
Be an amazing catch.
I think I would have to lose Jeter.
Really?
I really do.
God, picture how bad he'd look in
Mob
that
never
Red Sox
cried in the
uniform.
Jeter game.
That's what I mean. Like that, I was just thinking that in my head, and like I can't not have 2 Giant Super Bowls.
However, imagine Jeter with like a handlebar mustache.
But think about like
we'll never know what
if
kind of
if
beard
we
he can
lost
grow.
if I
He
lose
can't.
Jeter in 04, I still saw him win a few World Series. I still could have grown up really liking him.
But he went to the hall.
The end would have been
Red
bad.
Sox.
The end would have been bad. But I can't give up the 2 Super Bowls.
Cheryl.
I have a quick. All right, never mind.
Man, that was
So
a good
you
one.
walk in and you see your wife, Kendall, banging the plumber, who is a poorly established ethnic individual. What do you say?
Cheryl.
All right, now you walk in and she's naked on the couch, and she says, "I want you to plow my brains."
Cheryl. It's a game we used to play.
I would call it a game.
No, it's just a weird thing we do.
It's just a Kendall thing that we used to do.
One more. She can't decide on where you're getting dinner from.
Cheryl.
That's any woman.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Friday night, a regular Friday night occurrence at the Souls household is trying to figure out where we're eating dinner, and the 2
What
deciding
about
people
you?
are Bob and Samantha.
Ooh.
And almost every single time,
It's-
I make myself peanut butter and jelly.
Kyle,
I actually haven't ordered in like 3 weeks because I'm just so annoyed by the time we get food.
Kyle, what sports scenario would you like to live through again? The Yankees beating the Phillies in the World Series,
Or Tebow.
or
walking
Tebow
off the-
walking off the Steelers in the playoffs.
Yankee beating the Phillies.
I could take a knee to that.
That was
Souls?
horrible.
Partially because Cliff Lee, though,
Doesn't matter.
made some pretty sick plays in that
Yeah,
series.
but they lost.
Yankees took it. What was it 6?
Yeah. Cole Hamels was bad that year.
Like
Oh,
most
I
years.
thought you-
It's fucking bullshit.
So bad.
God, I love you. I love that you love him so much.
Yeah, he's washed up.
Used to be one of Kyle's, excuse me, passwords to his computer.
Hamlays.
It's not Cole Hamlays, but Cole Hamlays.
There's the sole reason why the cup comes back.
Ham flavored
The
Lay's.
best part is when you make a password, you have to confirm it. So he spelled it wrong twice.
I have a question for all of you.
Oh, imagine that though. Ham steak flavored Lay's.
That will be a thing.
What do you got, Sills?
Question
I'd eat
for all
those.
of you. Okay.
So does this mean that's the end of the game?
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay. Do you have to pick someone to go after? We have about 10 more minutes of this.
All right. Never mind.
No, do it.
Come on.
We'll
what do
make it
you
the
got?
end of the game. Go ahead.
The end all, end all.
And then
Okay.
everyone has a question to pose for Kendall. Everyone or Kyle. And then that's how we'll end it.
So your division rivals.
Okay.
For football.
Okay.
Team you hate the most.
Yeah. Okay. We got division rivals. Yep.
It's different.
No, it's not.
It is.
If you say
Come on.
division rivals, you think of one team.
Kind of hate the Patriots more than Ravens.
That's not true. I hate them
Big time
equally.
true.
But I think that's
Is Big
that's
Time
a
True a
location
spinoff of
thing.
Big Time Rush?
Exactly. Did it work?
I think that's just a geographical thing more than anything else.
Would you like them to beat your team every time you play,
So okay, so kind of what happens, or
or go through 2 seasons in a row of your team not winning one single game?
I mean,
the
both of
Giants
those things
almost
have
did that.
happened. Yeah, so that's happened to me.
So I mean, the Knicks won.
No,
nothing.
football.
You mean not a game at all, or not a division game?
They go winless.
So they either go 0-32 or always lose to your division rival.
I would pick the 0-32.
But you're still losing to your division rival.
Yeah,
Right.
but only for 2 years. So that's giving the first of all, that's 2 fantastic draft picks. Well,
And-
actually, it's 14 fantastic draft picks.
Yep, going with that.
And in the end of it, you're better than the Browns at being bad.
Can't be disappointed in the playoffs.
It's true.
Do I get to pick
Consistent.
which
Yep.
2 seasons I go 0-32?
No.
That's the next 2 seasons.
All right. I was like, can I make it the last 2 seasons so it's already over? I think I would take the 0-32 thing.
Yeah.
Take your lumps, get the picks, come back swinging.
Yeah, and then
So I got Khalil Mack under contract from that's done.
and you get free beer when you win finally. I guess that's what the Browns
income
did.
check tax, guys. So we're going to Philadelphia very soon.
How'd you already get the check?
Because I fucking finessed that shit.
So
No,
you robbed
Kyle,
them?
there's no way you
No.
already have your tax
Kyle
refund.
Kyle filed and he guessed his wages.
No, I'm just kidding. But I already filed, so we're going very soon.
All right.
All right, so everyone has to have one for Kyle. Who's ready first?
I want
Oh.
Jeff to go first.
All right. Jeff's not prepared.
He's very prepared.
Jeff always has something
Would
cooking.
you rather
All right,
show?
hold on. Let's do this.
No, I got this. Ready?
Hold on, what sport are you doing? All right.
I'm
go.
doing
Hear
baseball.
me out.
We'll play off him.
Who would you rather have in the plane with Roy Halladay?
Wow,
my
wow.
God.
No,
That's
new
that's-
one.
Cole Hamels?
That's dark.
Why are you being a dead guy?
Cole Hamels?
Who's on
Corey Lytle?
No. What?
Yeah, went back to you in a dark joke. Corey Lytle also died in a plane.
Okay, we're all aware of that. Now answer the fucking question. Cole Hamels or
Or
Troy
Allen.
Polamalu? With Roy, remember, he's dead and he's dying again. You're going to relive that memory. Rest in peace, Roy Halladay.
I'm not answering that question.
No,
you
you
have,
have
to.
to.
You have to.
You have to, you cuck.
Troy.
The question you asked was just as
Troy,
bad.
so you wish death on Troy Polamalu?
Insert a
You
Steve
sick
Gleason
bastard.
What?
Hey, at least he's not dying on a plane.
Okay,
Oh my god.
so can we please get back on track here?
All right. So yikes.
I'm a little
So
shook right
reiterate,
now.
what did you say?
So Mock gets football.
I don't feel good about what was
Kendall, you
just
get
said.
baseball. I'll get
You're a dick.
basketball.
All right, Kyle.
He's good from 67.
Kendall's gonna go first.
Okay, so I have baseball.
Jeff's going to hell.
I think we all are.
I'll see you there.
Yeah, playing down it, bro.
Different reasons.
We'll hang out in the Devil's fucking locker
You know who's
room.
going to beat us there?
Devils locker room.
You know who's going to beat us there?
Mock?
Roy Halladay.
Oh.
I'm only saying it 'cause
He
you
did
know
cocaine, folks.
Kyle, I'm older than you
Rest
by
in peace,
not
Roy.
even
You
a
were
full
a great
Hey,
year.
I tell
pitcher
you
and a
what,
I'm
great
definitely
human.
dying before you.
That's a good bar name. The Devil's Locker Room, or an IPA, or porn. All three are just fine.
Oh, God.
All right, let's go.
This
No, you gotta-
show has took a turn for
That's
the
why I got-
worse.
Football.
I football.
No, I have
Baseball.
I have baseball. Okay. All right, souls. would you rather have oh my God, the flying squirrel? What can I give his name there? Baldwin played for the Yankees after Raul Ibanez. Would you rather have him? That was his nickname. Would you rather have him blow
You.
Remember the NLCS and he was
Raul
just on
Ibanez
fire?
in the Devil's locker room.
Would you rather have him blow that NLCS for you? Phillies, they never do anything. They never win. They were just good for a period of time. No championship, to be spoken of.
You're already wrong.
Well,
He wasn't part of the 08 team.
in
All
your
right, well, put him on that 08 team.
he wasn't on the 08 team.
No,
Ibanez?
was not.
Where did the Yankees get him from?
We got him from the Phillies, but he was there after the World Series.
Oh, I could have swore he was on that team.
It was Jason Worth.
Don't tell me the players.
We may have to check that.
I'm on it.
Because I thought he was
I like how
there.
he led off with Jason.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I thought that's where he was.
$500 each.
Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying I thought that's where he was.
So
I want my stuff.
what
Oh,
year
wait.
are we saying?
08.
So 2008.
The World Series. team.
Listen. Raul Ibanez played 162 games for a team in 2008.
That
It
team,
was for
the Rockies.
the Mariners.
So what, did he
Mariners.
sign with the Phillies and then they traded him?
No, they signed him the year after.
But he was on the Yankees World Series team.
Yes, that was like 2012.
9. When the Yankees beat the Phillies, it was 2009.
No, it was not. He was in the Phillies.
The Yankees didn't win the World Series in 2012, Kyle. They won it in 2009 against the Phillies.
Was that the last time they won it?
No, he wasn't on. He was
All
on.
right,
the team.
well, let's it's neither here
It's
nor
a
there.
mute point.
All right, let's Souls, let's bring it
wasn't-
back. Let's bring it back. Would you rather have the Phillies suffer the fate that the Cubs did with the fan, interfering, and that's how you lose the World Series, or would you rather have Cole Hamels have gone to the Nationals before the World Series run? So he was never on that team.
The first one.
Rather lose
Yes.
the World Series than him not be part of the team at all.
Yes.
Machcine?
I had one for Kyle. Do yours. Do yours. Because I got to remember it now.
All right, Kyle.
Answer him.
Oh, I remember mine.
Okay. Would you rather the Sixers process be built around Okafor and Noel and have never had Embiid or Simmons?
Talking Jaleel? Yeah, he just had a double-double.
He's bad.
Double-double.
10 and 10?
Nope, 2010.
Or would you rather Andre Iguodala have never played for the Sixers?
Iguodala never playing for the Sixers.
It's a good answer. But you guys wouldn't have went to the championship without him.
We didn't went to the championship with him.
That was almost a
Because
stout
he wasn't
defender.
on the team then?
No,
He still wouldn't have went.
that's fine.
Who would you rather have? Ben Roethlisberger never played for the Steelers. Who would you rather have as the quarterback? Andy Dalton, Joe Flacco.
Andy Dalton.
I don't think you believe that.
I do.
I think you're saying it just because you hate Flacco.
No,
Are you
but
going to tell me Dalton's
But
better
the
than
team that they
Flacco?
had, Andy Dalton would be better than Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's an elite
Andy Dalton
quarterback.
could actually escape the pocket.
And
Joe
can't win a
Flacco's
playoff
got a
game.
ring.
I think you just hate Flacco more than you hate
No,
Dalton.
I just don't think Joe Flacco would fit the Steelers.
So you don't think he'd do well with weapons? Because he won a Super Bowl without him.
Because if push came to shove, Joe Flacco's not running out of a sack.
Now, guys, I'm fine with you guys holding the microphones like that, but you got to keep them still.
Oh, sorry.
Sounds like we're in
What are you
a
doing, Mark?
tornado.
I'm trying to stay as still as I can.
He was ready.
All right.
I was ready.
Any you got an off the cusp Riddler's ranking?
No, I don't.
Something I can think about like quick. Can't be something like I gotta do research for. Unless you guys want to talk about something else while I do research.
Okay.
Top 3 Knicks all time.
My top 3 Knicks,
Yep.
or who do I think are the top 3 Knicks?
No, your top 3 personal.
So
Stephon
my
Marbury.
top 3
Shut up,
favorite
Souls.
Knicks.
It's his.
So my top 3 favorite Knicks of all time.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
All
You're
right.
gonna buy us food,
Yes, he is.
Domino's.
Yeah, you should put that in now.
Come on, you got the app and your tax return.
And
I didn't get that.
Listen, I owe every year, so the least you could do.
I'm buying you Sixer tickets.
Tell you what,
I'd
though,
rather have Domino's.
you have a son now. You're not going to owe this year.
Yeah.
Unless she claims him.
That's what we do. She makes less of me, so she makes more. Uh-oh, the IRS has now joined.
All right. Top 3 favorite Knicks all time. Jason Kidd.
It's like that meme. I'm disgusted but intrigued.
That's funny.
He got a DUI
Yeah, he did.
before he got a triple-double.
It's true.
Wade Boggs did-
See, like, my
On a plane.
heart's
Hey,
telling. Oh, go ahead.
Plus, huh?
do you guys want to do the Boggs thing for the Super Bowl? We won't be on a plane.
72 beers.
Yeah. We'll get a shirt. We'll have Rita be the whatchamacallit, the commissioner. Make
I
sure.
would-
Bevy Bimbo?
I would like to, but I might be on a plane Super Bowl
Oh,
Sunday.
you said that.
Why?
I might have to go to Minnesota for a week.
What
Or
if
you
you
might not.
don't?
While you're there, do me a favor. Burn the stadium to the ground.
I just want to go there and do the skull thing.
I'm going to give you
I tell you
10
what,
seconds before
Tell you
I
what,
start running at
that
you.
hurt my shoulders.
Number 3 is Kurt Thomas.
Ooh.
Number 2,
Funny way to say Kurt Warner.
Al Harrington.
Number 1.
Nate
Pint size.
Robinson.
Oh, I wish they were.
Honorable mention David Lee.
Boo.
But come on. That
No,
guy
he
was
was good.
You're not Channing Frye?
Fuck Channing Frye.
Big
He
fan of the
sucks.
Al Harrington pick.
Jason Kidd comes before Channing Frye.
There was a good. Oh God, I forgot who he was trying to D up, but Al Harrington like slapped the floor, like
Yeah.
beckoned for. I can't remember who burned him. And, oh God, it was just the way. Oh man, I
See,
love those guys.
That's why I want to play in the NBA, because I would do stuff like that. Like, come on, come on. Oh, there he goes.
Face me.
Like Al Harrington threw another guy on defense out of the way so he could take the guy on. I can't fucking.
My honorable
remember.
mention is Jamal Crawford.
That's
You want
Jay
to see me
Crawford.
down below?
Yeah, it's-
You don't want me?
that guy hasn't aged.
What
like
about
that.
Chris Smith?
Ron Baker,
What about
number 1
Smith?
overall.
Can we just take a moment though? J.R. Smith somehow got the Knicks. In order to get J.R. Smith to re-sign, he had to have his brother sign a contract on the Knicks. That guy played 20 seconds, got paid like $4 million.
Son of a
What a
bitch, man.
joke!
Derek Rose is a contract with Adidas ensures that his like best friend gets paid like $500,000 a year throughout his whole contract.
I wish I was boys with him.
It's just Knicks looking out for
Yeah,
Knicks, yo.
can one of us really step it up here?
Kendall.
I know. I keep thinking you guys are gonna do it, but
Ooh, my.
guys cooking over there. little barbecue today.
Souls, get the BK tree going.
That was
Oh
so-
wow!
You guys thinking a celebratory Hennessy round for that fart?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm thinking so.
Don't start it over there. That'll like catch fire.
Yeah, that stuff is like propane. Don't take the top off that fast.
Bobby, how many times do I have to tell you propane is not a joke?
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Do it till Domino's becomes an option. Kyle, just buy us Domino's.
No.
So
Come on, man. I bought you the diner.
I want to look you right in the eyes.
You owe me
Kyle.
money
paid the
from
price
New
for
Years.
it.
You owe Kendall
First
money
of
from
all,
New Year's. Hold
fuck
on.
you. I paid way more of a price in it than you did. Kyle, I paid $100 to die.
Kyle, what was the
$100.
money owed for New Year's?
What?
How much money did you owe for New Year's for the drinks and food?
This seems like it's
Okay.
been off-air
No,
conversation.
no, no. This is good because
Domino's.
I'm being a team player here.
I'm not buying Domino's.
Why?
I don't want it.
Well, then we'll
you
fight
do.
to the death.
So I want you to look me in the eyes as I drink the Hennessy.
All right, you guys are going to fight to the death. You can only use what's in the thing underneath your microphone.
God, Jeff has such an advantage.
Well, it might be empty. There's a good chance it's empty. Or it might be full of, like,
You're dying with a cassette tape.
Wallace and Gromit.
Or Johnny Cash.
I'm gonna bludgeon you with this tackle box.
That's fine.
Buy us Domino's.
Any Hoosers.
No, buy us Domino's.
Yeah.
Get back on track.
You
here.
owe us money. You're gonna pay your debts.
Not today, I'm not.
Well, you never do.
I'm glad you figured it out.
So
He's
we're
good, this guy.
we're at about the 2-hour mark here on our broadcast.
Broad.
What a slow 2 hours.
I know. Just one of those things. It's funny. The Pro Bowl's coming up,
Who
and it's just an awful, awful event. I think we should go around and give reasons why we hate the Pro Bowl.
Why?
Because, Kyle, we need some time to fill.
Just give me the top 5 segment.
All right, Kyle.
Go.
Give us your top 5 segment. We're going to play some music right now. That's your theme song. All right, go.
Well, no one else wants to do it.
I'm in. We're
Just
all
go,
in.
Kyle. Go ahead. Don't get all mopey.
He needs the approval of his. All right, I give you the approval to go ahead and order Domino's.
What do you got, Souls?
Do you have a name for it?
Yeah.
The meat sweats.
Sold his baller.
Mock had those at a Stop and Shop cooler
Sold's
several times.
Souls is Ballers.
Real original.
Okay, all right.
the number 1 baller is D'Angelo Russell.
All right, you've been wanting to talk
Wait,
about
so you
him
started
all
off
show.
with number 1,
Yeah.
so it just gets worse from here.
They're all good. Top 5.
Yeah, but number 1's better than 5.
5-1.
Okay.
Yep, you're buying Domino's.
Spoiler alert. It's
High
not
fives
D'Angelo
all
Russell.
around. Yep, Domino's.
Number
Yep,
5 is
all
Ben
right.
Simmons.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you give us some numbers?
So is this basketball themed one?
Yeah, but sold his ballers.
So there's
Okay,
other
but you made an
sports with
argument
balls.
before the show that hockey could play a part in this.
Souls is
Roller
Puckskis.
hockey.
Roller derby.
Rolling dervish.
All right, so this is turning quickly into Souls' top 5 lesbians.
I could go
Rosie O'Donnell.
Can we
Ellen
expand that
DeGeneres.
list?
Kyle's got a very unnice thing to say about those.
Anyway.
Say it.
So, Ben
Clams.
Simmons, the
Clappers.
last week, averaged close to a triple-double. All right.
Come on, man. Ben Simmons, triple-double, close to a triple-double. I got it. Do you have, like, actual stats besides close to a triple-double?
No.
So, okay. So then who's number 4?
Kyle, what page do you have up here?
What the fuck does it look like, Kendall?
Pornhub.
You ju-
ESPN, right?
You just have his player profile.
Well,
What good does that tell us about his performance?
Number
He's a
4
point
is
guard.
Vucevic.
Center for the Orlando Magic.
Yes, who is probably going to be traded at the deadline because they have Mo Bamba. Fuck that up.
They've got Mo.
Shaq West,
Bamba.
anyone?
3?
Magic are going to try to trade him for a top 5 pick, or maybe even fucking Dennis Smith Jr. Fun fact of the day.
All right.
3?
Number 3 is Luka Doncic. What, Jeff?
Nothing.
Finish your thought.
In the absence of Dennis Smith Jr., he's taken over the point guard role.
Point forward.
Does it matter?
Yep. Ben Simmons isn't a point guard.
Technically, it.
He's
Nope,
not.
he's a
No,
point
he's not.
forward.
He's a power
Started as
forward.
Power forward.
He's
still a
point
power forward.
Forward.
All right. When we play 2K, does Ben Simmons ever start as a point guard?
Yeah.
No. You're full of
If
shit.
you do the regular season, yeah. If you do a fantasy draft, no.
Kyle, we play a regular season.
He's a point forward.
We play a regular franchise, and I guard him as power forward every single game.
I don't know how true that is.
Does he guard
Very
point
true.
guards?
It's very true.
Does
Number
he guard
2?
the point guard? Hold on. I'm being
Depends
serious.
who it is.
Does if he's
I'm
gonna
being serious. Depends who it is.
okay? So who does
If it's
who
Kyrie,
doesn't
yes.
he guard?
He didn't guard like the trash ones, like DJ Augustine, or
Why not though?
'cause they suck.
But they're a point guard. If he's a
He's gonna
point
guard
guard,
the
why
best
isn't he playing a
player.
point guard?
He's their best
Point
defender.
forward. Moving on.
No, hold on. Jimmy Butler's their best defender.
Yeah, hands down.
Didn't play today. They won.
Point forward.
And then JJ Redick after that.
He's terrible defensively.
Yeah, but he went to Duke.
And that guy bought a $55,000 watch on draft day.
He also got a tattoo.
Number 2 is Tobias Harris.
Uh,
There's no scoring on the team, but he's helping them win. Number 1 is D'Angelo Russell, who's averaging like 30 points a game right now.
yeah, MVP caliber over the last week. Lonzo Ball.
Anyway, yeah, who's done for like 6 weeks.
Oh boy.
Well, that was Souls' Ballers. On the fly, not in preparation, but you did a good job.
Brought to you by.
Domino's Pizza.
That's right. Everyone, check your messages.
Yeah, I saw. That's good. Riddler, you have something to say?
Oh,
That's
that's hilarious. So
4 out of 5 would agree that it's a great meme.
Hit him with the horns, Paul.
I don't know. It's I thought there'd be more topics to discuss.
Well,
and it quickly turned into a game show,
so hold
which
on.
I'm all about. I love this on the fly shit.
Hold on, real quick. I think this is a good topic. If there's one thing that you can do to make the NFL Pro Bowl mean something, what would you do? What would it be?
Don't play the game.
Well, all right. So let's say there has to be an all-star game. What would you do to have it mean something?
See, to me, there's nothing you can do because there's never a home field for the Super Bowl. That's all predetermined. And
But it doesn't have to be that way. We're known and used to the Super Bowl being at, like, I'm just going to say nicer locations weather-wise because
Well,
you
but
want a good game. And
The thing though is home field advantage doesn't have to be a part of it because the NBA All-Star Game attracts ratings and has meaning, but it doesn't determine anything. It's just the stars going in there and balling out. Because home court advantage for the NBA All-Star Game is determined by record. If a 72-10 team goes into the finals playing a team that's 52-30, just because their conference won the All-Star Game doesn't mean they get home field advantage. It still goes to the better record team.
see, but that's like the two games are different. I mean, if you watch the NBA All-Star Game and the Pro Bowl, I mean, the Pro Bowl, no one even plays defense. You know, they snap the ball, defensive linemen just kind of stand up. It's not played the same way. I mean, I don't know. The Pro Bowl is just, I wish it was just a big fan expo with the skills competition.
all right,
Then it wouldn't be the Pro
money.
Bowl.
But have it with the Pro Bowl. Like, you can have your Pro Bowl team. It's a big fan vote anyway. But the game is
the
meaningless.
winning team.
Yeah, but
gets money.
but the Pro Bowl voting isn't meaningless. Being a Pro Bowler isn't meaningless.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm saying you can still have
Yeah,
the
but-
vote.
but-
You can still
but-
have
but
Pro
real quick,
Bowlers.
I'm just saying, if you were to change it to the point where, okay, vote for who you want to be the top tight end in the AFC, and just so you guys know, the Pro Bowl doesn't exist anymore. It's just a fan expo where you get to meet the players. Everybody who's going to go to it is just going to vote for the people they want to meet. They're not going to vote for the best player.
That's what it is anyway.
No, it's not, though. I mean,
That's exactly what it is.
I don't think so.
The winning team gets money.
So-
I bet you this year, I'd be willing to bet you this year, if it was just, hey, you're going to meet the tight end that you vote in for the AFC, Rob Gronkowski would get more votes than Travis Kelce. More
But
people would,
that's what I'm saying, though. The Pro Bowl isn't the best player. Aaron Rodgers should not have been a Pro Bowler this year.
but it's not as skewed.
What do
Rob
you mean?
Gronkowski would have won. More people would want to beat Rob Gronkowski than Travis Kelce. And Rob Gronkowski is way less deserving of it than Aaron Rodgers was. Aaron
They
Rodgers
both
still
were undeserving.
Aaron Rodgers still only threw 4 picks all season. I mean, I don't want to sit here and defend Aaron Rodgers, but if I have to, I will. I mean, Rob Gronkowski
But that's the thing.
didn't.
It's already a fan expo. Like, it's already a big thing for fans. It's just the game doesn't need to be played. There's no need to play the Pro Bowl game. There's no need for it.
All right.
No one wants to watch it.
Nobody
So-
cares about the
Here's what I think
Pro
should happen.
Bowl.
What do you got?
I think they should make it home field advantage, and the Pro Bowl game should replace the Hall of Fame game.
Okay.
You vote the players in because you can't do the Pro Bowl game before the Super Bowl and have it determine home field advantage. There's just too much logistics that go into it. Getting a stadium prepared, yada yada yada. The whole, whatever. You know what? Not even the home field advantage thing. I don't think it should be the home field. I think it should be home. I think it should be the Hall of Fame game. The Pro Bowl game should be held off and played as the Hall of Fame game and make it a fan expo week type of thing.
Now the Hall of Fame game is
Because and the reason I say this is because I hate the Super Bowl having a 2-week buffer. I hate the bye week thing in between the Super Bowl. I hate it. It's stupid.
it didn't always used to be that way.
No,
I
I
don't
know
know why
it
they
didn't.
changed it.
Just a few years ago. Within the last few years.
I think it's within
Well-
about 5 years ago.
I think it's longer than that. I mean,
It's
Within the because it was right when they were trying to decide if they were going to just get rid of the Pro Bowl because the ratings were so bad.
so the Pro Bowl used to be played after the Super Bowl.
yeah,
yeah, but I think that
So-
was like 5 years ago. 5-6 years ago.
I think it's been at least like 15 years that it's been this way.
No, it hasn't been that long.
I'd check. I'd check right now. And I'll drink some Hennessy if I'm wrong. But
You'll drink it if you're right.
Yeah, you're right. But here's a thought that no one's probably going to go for. You have the Pro Bowl means something. It's the AFC, NFC home field advantage. You get rid of all bye weeks. Everyone have the same bye week. Yeah. Week 7, you play the Pro Bowl. The players who are good at that time.
I just don't think enough players would want to play because then the players don't get a bye week.
You know, the reason I say this is because the Pro Bowl for me, it's like players are voted, and then if you're in the Super Bowl, or even it doesn't even matter if you're in the Super Bowl. You used to be like, nah, I'm not going to play in the Pro Bowl. But we voted for you, but every year we get to watch, 18 other people go play in the Pro Bowl just because the other person who was voted doesn't want to. And like, what's the point?
What if they did? So you vote in the Pro Bowl the same way you vote it, right? You get the NFC defensive starters and offensive starters, AFC defensive and offensive starters, right? What if the AFC offense played against the NFC defense and the NFC defense played against the AFC offense, and then you switch it at the half? So then at the half, the NFC's offense is commanded by the defense. So all the defensive players play offense, and all the offensive players play defense.
That would be fun. It would, make things interesting.
2010 was when it moved
To what? What do we?
to before the Super Bowl,
Okay, yeah,
the Pro Bowl.
right.
You,
So
said, you said 15 years.
Well, no, I was confused because I thought we were talking about a bye week being because the Super Bowl has been like a bye week, from the championship game for a long time. I thought that's what we were talking about.
Oh no.
No, the Pro Bowl moved like recently.
Yeah, it was 2010.
That was my bad. I misheard.
The Super Bowl bye week thing is stupid.
Yeah, I don't really.
So the last time they did that when it was only a 1 week was actually in the 2000s. I think it was 2003. The Patriots didn't have a bye week between the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship, and the Rams or whoever it was, vice versa. But I don't know why they give them a bye week. It's a long time to prepare and a long time for fans to wait. I don't. There's got to be some reason they do it.
I mean,
For years they didn't do the Pro Bowl beforehand, so it doesn't make any sense.
thinking of it, I mean, outside the actual game, I mean, it's another week of advertising. It's
Advertisements. You were in the class too. It's advertisements.
I got a game if anybody wants to play it.
It's just Souls wakes up from his Domino's slumber. Kyle, you ordering us Domino's?
Did you already order from the app?
I'm asking you guys a question.
Why are you not going to get us Domino's, though?
Seriously.
we can talk about this later.
No, we can't, because if you ordered it now, it'd be here later.
So, I got a game. If you guys want to play it or not.
Go ahead.
All right, we need you to speak in the microphone, though.
Well, get off my ass.
No.
So,
Yeah.
got it from this
Yeah.
box right here. It says, "Can you name 5?"
Okay.
So I'll ask everybody a question. Can you name 5 of what? You get 20
All right.
seconds.
Vegetables.
All right. No one's
Can
keeping
you
the time,
name
but we'll
5
do
Domino's
a
toppings?
Right
judgment.
here.
No. We don't need to physically do that.
Good.
No, we'll just do it. So go ahead. Go ahead, Kyle. Start it off.
I'll do 3 rounds for each. The
All
winner,
right.
the loser has to.
Can you
finish
name
this.
5 toppings
No.
that we're gonna?
All right, take a shot.
That's fair. The one
And if
guy.
If we all win,
I'll finish.
you'll
the
buy
rest.
us Domino's.
Whoever loses
I'll
has to
finish
finish
the rest
that.
of it.
Whoever wins has to drive Kyle home. You better hope I win, Kyle.
What do you guys think?
All right.
Just go.
You guys want to play?
Start
Yes.
it up.
All right.
Let's
20 seconds.
All right.
Kendall,
Okay.
can you name 5 New York Mets shortstops?
Okay. Jose Reyes, Wilmer Flores, Ahmed Rosario, Kaz Matsui.
I'm not counting that.
That
Why?
he played shortstop.
I mean, infielders like that.
You're wasting
Middle
his time.
infielders.
He didn't start.
And Luis Castillo.
You didn't say starting
Luis
shortstops.
Castillo's the second baseman.
He played some games at short.
Mm.
He didn't listen. If the premise is if
Listen,
they
I'll give
play-
you Kaz. I won't give you Castillo.
but why he played games at short?
You didn't start, dude.
You, all
You
right.
knew exactly what I was
It's a
trying
good
to
trial error run. So we're gonna
Kaz
be
was awful.
specific.
be specific. That's
Be
what I want.
Pacific
you
Ocean.
be specific. Say starting shortstops.
All right, fine.
or primary starting shortstops, not like a spot
Look,
start.
Castillo was primarily a second baseman, but Reyes was kind of injury prone, and hey,
He didn't play shortstop.
Kyle,
Can I go on record? I'll fact check it.
I know he played
If
games
it's
at
less than
short.
20 games, it doesn't count. If it's more than 20 games, it'll count.
It's going to be 19 games. No, it's
What's the match? What's the match?
No, it's going to be 20 games because it's not more or less.
watch. He's going to play 4 games. And it'll
What's
be the
the
4
snack
games I
situation in
watched.
this house?
A lot of snacks.
All right.
We're good. We're good. Trust me. We're looking sweet or salty.
Any Fig Newtons?
Savory.
No, I don't think there's any Fig
Kyle's got
Newtons.
Fig Newtons in his underwear drawer. I'm going to fuck those up when I get
I
home.
can't believe you guys Fig Newtons. I don't
Fig
like
Newtons
those.
are great.
They're awesome.
I disagree.
They
No,
make you
what?
crap pretty good, though.
Well, it's the fig.
You got an answer,
You know what
Jeff?
the best part about the Fig Newton is? You eat a lot of them and then you throw a lip in. Long cut.
Oh my god,
Then
that
you get a
sounds
nice-
awful.
Oh, no, it's fantastic.
It's like spitting
Real
stew.
gritty.
It's like chewing tobacco, but without the gum.
All right.
Waste the remainder
All
of our time looking up Kaz Matsui.
All right, so Paul,
Oh, God.
name 5 Washington.
What? He gets the Homer team.
All right, fine,
Name
fine.
5 Washington Redskins
Name-
safeties.
Name 5
No.
Chicago Bulls power forwards.
All
Of-
time.
from-
Never played shortstop.
He never played short for them. God, man.
That's awesome.
from the 2000s to now.
Okay.
5 Chicago Bulls starting power forwards.
Okay.
Ready?
Not once.
Can I be honest? I knew that. I didn't have a name.
I had to look because I wouldn't see why he wouldn't have.
Because
been
it's
at
like,
some
I
point.
know he played.
Ready, set, start.
All right. Taj Gibson, Laurie Markkinen, PJ Brown, Andres Nocioni. He switched.
Oh, look it up.
Well, 19 games.
Nazari Muhammad. He
Yeah,
probably played
center.
center. Bobby Portis.
Clinton Portis.
Correct. Jeff,
Yeah, what can I do for you, son?
name 5
Nothing I can do for you, son.
Pittsburgh Pirates
Players.
third basemen from 2000 to now.
Okay.
Starting.
Dead
No.
or alive?
Oh,
No.
God.
Jose Castillo, David Freese, Jung Ho Khan.
Luis Castillo.
No. Jose Bautista.
Rich Little.
And Chase Denard.
You guys had Chase or not?
It's Rich Little.
Everybody had Chase Denard.
No, that's false. It's
So
only been on like 3 or 4 teams.
1-1-0. Mock,
Sheen Washable.
Nope.
name 5
People, you know.
That
Name
are eating Domino's
5
now.
name
You're
5
gonna order the
safeties
fucking pizza.
from the New York Giants from 2000 to now.
Rattle off just secondary members. You got a good
Think
odds.
of a white
Go.
man. Think of a white
Go.
man.
Did you say go?
Yeah.
Oh, Landon Collins. Calvin Riley. Jason Sehorn played some
Yes.
safety. He was good.
5 seconds.
Yeah. I don't remember safeties.
Antrell.
Oh, yeah, Antrell Roll.
Oh,
Jabril Wilson.
Oh, nope, he got it in.
Lil
Nah, it was
Jabril
like 2
Will.
seconds over.
Oh, I
The
got it.
Bears had one of your safeties.
0 for Mock.
Prince.
Kendall.
It's a cornerback.
I got to give one to
That's
you.
what, that's what I thought. That's who I was thinking of.
Who's
Oh,
the
it's
safety
just
the
open.
Bears had that was also a giant?
Well, Souls, do you want to participate?
From
Major
A?
Ray.
No, an
It's up to
A?
you guys.
Adrian Amos.
No.
Well, I'd like you to
So
play.
intro
you
roll?
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to
I
think
said
of
him.
a good category for
No,
it.
it was,
fed
no,
you
it wasn't
that.
natural. Hey, who was the safety the Bears had like 3 or 4 years ago that played for the Giants?
Adrian Wilson.
Archer.
No, it wasn't on Roll.
I always get safeties and corners mixed up.
Andarius Bevers.
There we
Wilson.
No, it wasn't him.
Adrian
All right,
Wilson.
moving on.
All right, well,
Pretty sure.
want to give
That's
one to
not
Souls, or I'd want
Or
to
you-
participate.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to beat him at his own game.
All right, you tell me what you got.
That's
Something
it.
for him?
And Jeff's going to think of something specific.
He's
Hold
good.
on,
He's
hold
good
on,
like
hold
that.
on, hold on.
You just tell me when.
Name 5
Hold on.
practice squad members.
I got one. I got one right now. You can go next.
All right.
Yeah,
Kyle,
Kyle?
let's all go around and give him one.
Yeah.
Let's beat him.
Kyle,
Let's beat the Souls.
name me
Stop
5
eating
Connecticut
your beer.
breweries.
Go.
Really?
Come
I'll
on,
give you guys
shoot it up.
2 roads. I'm just gonna take a shot of this.
That's
Come
one.
on.
Kyle,
I don't know anymore.
Kyle,
Don't eat
you do.
come on.
Come on.
The one in
I
Wallingford.
just gave you one.
Okay. All right.
I don't know the name.
It's fine.
telling
Either
you.
of them.
2 of them in Wallingford.
All right, I'll give you 3.
The one in Brantford.
And Tom.
Here's the deal, Kyle. I don't know specifics about the Phillies to do this.
I would never say anything. I was just
But Kyle, here's the thing.
I
I
ju-
can't
I ju-
say to you, name me
I'm
5
started off.
right outfielders for the Phillies since 2000.
Dude, no.
But
Kyle,
Woody,
We've
Yeah.
been doing this show for over a
Ready,
year.
Kyle? Since
no,
2005.
Save it for yours. Save it
Yeah,
for yours.
well,
No,
Kendall's up.
It's Kendall's turn. Save it for you.
Kendall,
All right.
name me 5
Orders of Domino's pizzas in the last
Pittsburgh
5 minutes.
Steelers backup quarterbacks.
Easy.
Starting now.
Okay. We have Landry Jones. We have Charlie Batch. We have God, I'm so drunk. We have Byron Leftwich. We have. I'm out of time. I'm
3 seconds.
Dennis Dixon.
Are
So
you going for the same thing I was going?
You could have
What was
said
yours?
so wait, listen.
Nope.
Dennis Dixon.
Mike Vick. This is a dog.
I know. I would have gotten them, but you know how much time I would have needed?
35.
No, probably like a minute and 25 seconds. But I would have gotten every
I
single
could have
one.
named 5 in
Paul.
20 seconds. Oh god, here we go.
Name 5 Chicago White Sox
Backup
first
quarterbacks.
basemen
I can't do that.
from 2000 to now.
I can't do that. I'm just gonna
Yes,
take the
you
shot. I'm just gonna take
No,
the
you
shot.
can do it.
First of all, you're not
You
losing.
could name 3.
You have
I
1
could
point.
name 3.
Ready, set, go.
All right, Frank Thomas, Paul Konerko, Jose Abreu, and that's about it.
I think Chris Sale got a couple games. Jeff, check it.
Eric Hinsky.
Oh, I'm sure he played there.
You might have.
Who the fuck else played first base since 2004?
Oh,
3.
Tommy Maddox for the Steelers.
Juan Uribe.
1 year
I would count Juan Uribe and also Doug McCaven.
Okay.
Oh, Dougie boy.
Jeff.
It's like
Yeah,
kind
you
of like
want-
says it's like somebody who doesn't follow baseball. Like
Yeah.
it's easy. Like who played first? Well, Konerko played from 03 to forever.
Just counter with a who bought their boys Domino's.
Name
I can't think of
5
anyone.
New Orleans Saints. Right guard. I'm just kidding.
I welcome the challenge.
Want your right guard?
No, I was bluffing.
Olive Garden.
Terry Evans, Jermon Bushrod,
Name
Zach
5
Strief.
New Orleans Saints special teamer that are not punter kicker.
Literally any receiver ever. Any receiver that you've
that are
drafted.
not punter kicker
Any
all
re-
time.
From 2000 to now.
Okay.
All time starting in 2000.
Set.
Courtney Roby, Reggie Bush, Alvin Kamara, Devery Henderson, Lance Moore.
All right, there you go.
I get first baseman for a team that had the same first baseman for over a decade, and anybody you drafted at the receiver position counts.
Mock.
Name 5 lengths of beard hair as determined by the Gillette Pro 5 razor.
Name 5
Sorry,
Pelicans.
Really, Kyle?
no, this is
Just
good. I
in
like
general?
No. No.
Yes. No, yes.
All right. Name 5 Pelicans. Ready, set, go.
Davis, Randall, Holiday.
Hey, say New Orleans. He didn't specify.
Okafor
Talking about the avian creature.
and Miratic.
Chic.
Doesn't
I
matter.
I was
There
trying
no-
to think of his name because we
I
got him
knew
from
it
the
was-
Bulls.
The minute he said, "Oh fuck," I was like, "Meritic."
Oh, I was thinking of Okafor.
All right, does anyone have one for souls?
Yeah.
I believe the bearded fool does.
Okay, you tell me what.
Name
Five beers from
toppings
Connecticut.
that we're gonna get tonight. Go. No, all right.
0.
Name 5 catchers from the Tampa Bay Rays from 2009 to now. I'm fucking with you. If you know this, fuck you. But go ahead.
All right, I'll give you 5 bonus. Go.
Jesus Secure. Now Mike Zunino. Jose Molina. 2 other catchers.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
5
Tom
seconds.
Arnold.
I'm not going to get it.
And time.
Look, no one would have even got 3. So,
Well, I had Jose Molina lined up.
I don't know if
fuck,
he was
Wilson
there.
Ramos.
Willie Mo Pena.
I had 4.
Ooh, Willie Mo.
Willie Les Pena.
Willie Mo.
I love those memes.
Kendall,
You know,
name
like
5 point guards from the Knicks.
Okay, ready?
Oh,
Ready?
you got this.
That's
Set.
so fucked up.
Go.
Okay, Ennis Cantor.
Hold on, can we start over? That deserves to start over. I got beer in my eye.
That guy's wanted in Turkey.
hot coffee.
I was ready to just name every player that I could think of just off the top of my head.
Ready?
You let off with Ennis Cantor?
Well, so wait, we could restart it, but I'm not going to give you the people you want.
It's
Fair. 5
fine.
point guards. Next, go.
Just start naming
Okay,
players. Go.
Ennis Cantor, Carmelo Anthony. Oh man, who came over with him in the trade from Chauncey Billups? There we got one. Okay, Wesley Snipes was on there. Ron Baker does not count. Mason Plumlee.
Mason.
Stop.
Nate Robinson, Jason Kidd, Langston
Ron Baker.
Galloway, Ron Baker.
Stephon Marbury.
Those guys play basketball. I don't know what you're talking about.
But everyone's forgetting Baron Davis.
I thought
No, no one is.
I thought he was a forward. But I like him too.
Paul.
How did I follow that up? How do you follow that up? Guy let off with Ennis Cantor and then convictingly said Plumlee.
Name
The
5
wrong
Chicago
one.
Blackhawks. See, I don't know.
Yeah, nice try, Souls. Buy pizzas.
5.
No, let's do the one you said.
5 Chicago Blackhawks right wings.
Right wings?
Yep.
All right. I mean,
Starting.
There's like 5
No.
lines a year.
okay. I mean, Brandon Saad, Patrick Kane, Patrick Sharp, Marcus Kruger. I mean,
There's no way he's not just gonna.
I know.
You're right.
I mean, Jonathan Taze has played right wing. Marion Hossa.
Nope.
Marion Hossa played right wing. Fuck off, Kyle.
You get to start.
What'd you say? What'd you just say to me?
Start right now.
You didn't say that.
Yeah, is that your first beer?
It is. First beer.
Can I have a
never
real
in the
question?
microphone.
Because that's a bullshit question. You can't
Alright.
check the facts on.
Top 5. No, that's not
But top 5, that's objective.
Name 5.
Numbers you know.
Red.
Oh, Rich.
Little. Kendall's rounding out his 4-pack.
I got one more after this one.
Reagan, that's Rich. Little.
I usually drink a 4-pack on the show, traditionally. We're running out of time though. We only
we
got
gotta,
about
we gotta get into reviews soon.
30 minutes.
Name 5
Feels like it should be
Chicago
4 a.m..
Bears punters/kickers
Okay.
from 2005 to now.
Okay.
Ready, set, go.
Pat O'Donnell, Brad Maynard, Robbie Gould, Carlos Santos, Cody Parkey.
Forgot you had Santos.
I didn't.
That was good. You did that like under 10 seconds.
Was that 5?
I wasn't
I
counting.
only heard 4.
Pat O'Donnell,
You have 3 points.
Brad
Jeff.
Maynard. Oh, I forgot Adam Podlish.
Name,
Can I get rid of? I still have enough time, so I would like to stricken Carlos Santos and put Adam Podlish on.
Name
Let's-
5
Pyro.
Pittsburgh Pirates first basemen.
From one.
Last
Dude.
season.
From into the microphone and right now.
From say 2005 to now.
Okay.
Ready,
Okay.
set, go.
Josh Bell, Craig Wilson, Doug Mankiewicz, Ike Davis.
He didn't call for a song, Jeff.
Josh Harrison.
You knew
John
it.
Jaso.
All right, fine. Give me Jaso, not Harrison.
Harrison played first base.
You know what I meant.
You didn't specify.
Yeah, but he played Castillo first base. Luis, that
He
is.
physically played first base.
You know what's funny? Of course, long time second baseman. Everywhere.
I have Kyle's last one.
He's probably played shortstop. I couldn't find statistics anywhere that said that he played shortstop.
So the thing is, like, during that period of time, like, he never would have played short for them, especially like at
Kaz did.
at his age. Like when the Mets had Castillo, it was the end. But I liked him a lot.
Mock. Name 5 starting center fielder for the Yankees. That's easy.
Think about it though. Even if it's a bench player, if they start the game, they start the game. So fuck off.
Name 5 starting everyday player that played center
God,
field.
but that's 2 different things.
I'll give
But
you
it's
one
not.
right off the bat.
You know-
How does
you guys know
Marlon
exactly
Bird
what
sound?
I mean by this. The guy that was in the lineup every day.
Jason Coleman.
You played for all of our
That's
teams.
not the
though.
same thing as what you
Is
said.
that
though.
true?
But go ahead.
You play for the Mets?
No, do
Yeah.
what you want.
But did he play for the
Ready,
White
go.
Sox?
Brett Gardner,
Yeah.
Probably.
Aaron
Played for
Hicks.
Pirates.
Yeah.
I'm a Pirates fan.
Curtis Granderson.
Yeah.
Matsui didn't play any center. Aaron Judge has started a couple of games out there.
Okay.
Put him on the list.
30 seconds.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
So wait.
Nope. It wasn't.
I would accept a Shane Spencer or Ricky Leday.
Shane Spencer. He wasn't a center fielder.
A little bit.
Neither was Ricky Leday.
So, Kyle, I hate you so much.
I said I would
All right,
accept it
Kyle.
because I like that.
Kyle, since 2000, name. Okay.
I know.
Since 2000, name the 7 managers that have managed the Philadelphia Phillies.
From when?
You have, from 2000, you have 35 seconds. Go.
Pete Rose.
Gabe Kapler, Charlie Manuel, Larry Boa, Terry Francona. When was that? Like 2000. I don't remember.
In the microphone.
Dude, I'm thinking. You fucking cock.
Yeah, but you're speaking.
Yeah.
Penis. That's what he said. 10 seconds, Souls.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of the other 3.
Not so easy, huh, Souls?
I know it's not easy.
5 seconds, Souls.
Oh, time's up.
I don't remember the 5.
And time.
Pete Mackinnon,
Oh, yeah. Sucked.
Rin Sandberg,
He's like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he sucked.
Gary
Sandberg
Varsho.
sucked.
Who?
Gary Varsho.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. He took over in 2004 from Larry Boa.
I would have never got that. I should have got the other 2.
Ozzie Guillen.
He's trying to come back.
You know what, Kyle? I'll give you the BOD on that one because it looks like he only managed 2 games. 1 win, 1 loss.
So
Going
he
ba-
got the last 2 games of the year.
Which honestly, though, I mean, he's since 2000, he's 3rd in winning percentage.
So-
Well,
Paul won with 3. 2. Where is it 3?
I think it's the last one.
Jeff, did you get 3?
Probably.
I had 4.
I had 4.
Jeff, name a shot to somebody.
You know,
You.
Yeah, I had a
going back to Marlon Bird, there's one thing that we've always tried to search for is a jersey, whoever it is, baseball, football, basketball, that we all could share, like have our team. And we've come close.
Person.
That's a problem because Riddler for White Sox, Bears, Bulls. It just no matter what for all our combos, we can't find. We find 4 plenty of times.
Who's the closest right now? Is it McCutcheon?
No, we've had tons of
Yeah,
like.
he was in a match.
McCutcheon's only played for
But
3.
he's had. I'm saying, like, who's the closest? Do we have
well,
a 4?
We have tons of people who played
There's
for
a lot
4.
of guys that are close.
I mean, we just Marlon Bird. He had what
Marlon
4?
Bird was all but the White Sox.
And this
It's
is
usually me.
He was
It-
a Yankee.
Let's say when was he a Yankee?
What is he, a Yankee, you say? He was drafted by the Yankees. And that's how easy it is to lie.
well, yeah. So
he didn't play for the Yankees.
but-
I was gonna say.
Now, there was somebody that played for 4. I can't remember.
no, but we've done this many times. We've
There,
searched,
there has got to be a website somewhere where we could
Oh,
just
there is.
type this in.
but it's just like we've always run into 4 every time for every sport. Like there's never been. We thought with Bartolo's like, oh, for sure it's got to be Bartolo.
I know he never played for the Phillies or the Pirates.
Guys played forever.
He played for your 3 teams.
Is he coming back this year?
I think
He
so.
wants to.
Why wouldn't a team take a shot on him?
The Rangers will.
But I mean, you'll get him at the veteran minimum. You're not gonna pay big. I mean, the guy's got more experience.
You know what?
than,
Someone will
Remember
get
that
hurt.
This guy was an elite player at one point.
Is that Matt? Who
That's
is
Jose Mesa.
that?
He was elite for you guys.
No, he wasn't.
I saw the
More
sunglasses.
elite for you guys than he was us.
I saw the sunglasses. Thought it was Matt Stairs immediately. Only reason was the sunglasses. But we've always run into that.
I'm trying to.
I've done this with Jeff, Kyle. We've searched, we've scoured. Like, oh, this guy has to be for sure played for all of us. And it's like, oh, he wasn't a White Sox, or oh, he wasn't a Giant. But I want that so much. I want us all to have one player's jersey.
It would be a good photo.
Yeah, go out, wear our same jersey,
No relief pitcher either.
and that's kind of like the hot position that would be.
I'd say either that or like a lineman. they always bounce around.
Yeah,
Or like a long snapper that's played 15 years.
We've always had better luck with baseball than anything else. Football is tough because the
Well, we can
careers
do
are short.
basketball.
We've tried in basketball too. I mean, it's easier because Jeff and I share a same favorite, but it kind of takes the fun out of it.
Well, it's the same with football.
So is there a guy that played for the Pelicans, the Sixers,
So
the
listen.
Knicks, and the Bulls?
There's only one player in the history who's ever played for the White Sox, Mets, Yankees, and Phillies, and that's Charlie Smith from 62 to 64.
Charlie Smith.
He played for the White Sox, 62 to 64, Mets.
Yeah, I think that's
I'm
bullshit.
trying
though,
to
'cause you
find
see
if he
the
played
jerseys
for the
with
Pirates.
What a boring name.
I will find out if he played. He didn't. He did not play for the Pirates.
Massey's a Raptors fan, right?
So nobody.
Yeah, I mean, we got to wait until that happens.
well, is there anybody that played for the Sixers, Knicks, Pelicans, Bulls?
I've been looking it up.
Really?
See, it's the toughest thing.
All the players that have played for our three teams played before the Charlotte Hornets exist, or the New Orleans Hornets
We
existed.
could count it.
Not
No.
Charlotte. It's got to be New Orleans Hornets.
Right.
Because
Expansion.
the Charlotte Hornets are a team.
Football, I'm sure we could find one.
Beer reviews?
Want to do our beer reviews? Yeah, we got about 20 minutes left. We can wrap
Yeah,
up, do our beer
probably
reviews.
put that order in for Domino's. All right, cool.
I'll lead off. I'm on my third Putin on the Ritz from our friends at Thimble Island. It's a great can. It's got that building in I guess it's the Kremlin in Russia there. It's a Baltic porter. I don't know what that means
It
necessarily.
means it's a porter from the Baltics.
Yeah, I disagree. Oh, here we
It's
go.
Baltic water.
I'd like to read you the description here.
Go ahead.
Putin on the Ritz has the aggressive and bold flavor of a nuclear sub and the velvety smooth body of a Nor Femme Fatale? Nor Femme Fatale? I don't know. Low IBUs with a rich sweetness perfectly balanced with notes of chocolate and fresh roasted espresso, then followed by hints of dark stone fruit and black cherries from malts. Now, I don't drink a lot of porters. I'd always pick a stout over a porter any day of the week. But this was good. Would I have it again? Perhaps. I didn't get any of the fruit they were talking about. But definitely it fits the bill, having the chocolatey coffee type notes. It's a tasty beer. Don't get me wrong. If you're a fan of dark beers, stout, porter, anything in the realm.
Baltic porter.
Yeah, the Baltic porter really threw me off, but
Do we want to count the
Good stuff.
Charlotte Hornets as the New Orleans Hornets as the New Orleans Pelicans?
No, but yes.
only if the player is really good.
Larry Hughes
Yes.
Ooh.
played for the Charlotte Hornets, the 76ers, the Bulls, and the Knicks.
Who
But
else but Larry?
But I think we all get the Cleveland Cavaliers Larry Hughes jerseys with the
Yes.
different colored. Yeah. Kendall has a LeBron James jersey like that.
Number 32.
Kyle, what's your beer?
So, my beer was Space Dust, and it tasted a little dusty.
That's not true. Give us a real explanation.
I'm giving it.
Use your journal.
This book. This beer sucked ass.
Books. Guy doesn't know if it's a book or a beer, but he didn't do either.
It wasn't very good. I don't know. It was.
so wrong. That's a good beer.
What? It's not though.
It's not. I think it's alright.
It's very underwhelming. It didn't give me what I wanted. It
Well,
didn't
what
give me
did-
that citrusy taste that I want.
So get a
okay,
citrus
but
beer.
you got to search that out though.
I'm gonna tell you this. Next week I'm getting fucking super duper citra.
So is that your favorite beer of all time?
Right now, yeah.
My favorite beer of all
So-
time, right this second.
From Hartford, I had the Hanging Hills, New England IPA. I thought this beer was very good. Now, Paul, I think you would like it. You're wrong. 6.5%, but I mean, it wasn't boozy or anything. Like, it was very smooth, citrusy beer. I thought it was very good.
Wake me up when you get a beer in the triple digits for percent.
Oh my god,
I like my beer like I like my women. Over 100.
hefty.
Well, I don't think over 100 is hefty for a woman. All right. You good?
Do I?
All right,
Yeah.
So I had the double coffee stout from Thimble Island Brewing out of Branford, Connecticut.
Our friends.
It was 8%. It was a dark brown color. I got caramel, chocolate, coffee, and grainy notes on the nose. and chocolate, coffee, and cinnamon on the flavor. I gave it 3 stars out of 5, and I said I'd maybe get it again. It's not really what I'm looking for in a coffee stout. To be fair, it's got a smooth taste, but it's kind of overly bitter and boozy, and it didn't taste like Domino's, so it's out. Jimmer?
I always have and always will love Ireland's own Guinness. Love it.
How many stars?
5, 6 if I could.
Could you give us, for the first-time listeners who've never seen or had a Guinness, could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, get a life.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
You've
get
never had a
life.
Guinness?
I mean, people that
Kyle, you've
follow
had
this
Guinness.
probably have an interest in
I
beer. I
Doesn't-
mean,
but
it's
doesn't
a,
matter.
It's a stout, but
Kendall's
it's a
never had a
smooth,
Guinness?
rich stout.
No, Kendall's never had a Guinness.
How?
That's true.
Let me.
But isn't.
It can't be.
Nobody at this table's ever had Domino's. We should all try it for the
No,
first time.
I've had a lot of Guinness. I love it a
I
lot.
was gonna say.
Actually, Jeff Kendall and I killed a 24-pack of pint cans of Guinness and then recorded some rap.
Very bad.
I don't know what's better, the song or the pants he's wearing while he's playing it. So, Kyle,
Evolution is a mystery.
if we go on the search, would you want Lil Citra? Would you want to try Lil Juicy?
Little juicy?
Lil Juicy.
What do you mean?
It's too juicy, but it's called Lil Juicy.
I could try it.
So it's a different
smell
version of
Domino's.
Too Juicy.
Yes.
It's a double dry hopped IPA.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Lil Juicy.
Little juicy.
Lil Juicy.
To
It's
the
like-
windows. To the
It's like a
can.
sweaty version of Lil Boozy.
No, you got a lot of stomach growlings going on over there.
Yeah, Domino's would fix that real quick. So are we out of time? Are we officially out of time?
Nope, we have, technically we have 15 minutes.
Oh my god. This is like never ending.
How is it? We
All right.
normally are like.
We never-
Mock,
we never
would
took
you
a
rather
break.
have a Yingling Light or a Miller High Life?
Oh, Miller High Life.
Yeah.
Yingling Light's like the worst beer ever made.
Although if
Mark?
you have enough, go ahead.
Well, it is like an IPA.
That's right.
Yeah,
But Mock, you've never put High Life over anything. This is amazing. This is a breakthrough.
Yingling Light is.
And I want the fans to know, Mock and I watch basketball usually on Wednesdays.
for about a half hour. Then we watch South Park.
Because it's great.
That was terrible.
It
That was
bad.
atrocious.
It was bad.
That was out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It was so
bad.
bad.
No, actually, can I have the Hennessy?
That was so bad.
But Mock actually brought over High Life, to my dismay.
It was so funny because I was in the
What
package.
games, what games have been on?
Kyle, here's the thing.
You
No,
know,
no, no. There's a difference.
no, there. Well, here's
Doesn't
where we
matter.
live.
They watch E ESPN.
No. Well, we have that option, but we're forced with MSG, which plays
So
the Knicks.
The Knicks.
But here's the deal: we put on the Knicks. The Knicks are down by like 20, and it's like, why are we
Yeah,
watching?
but
this?
But our fans are
Walt
loyal
Frazier
to losing.
doing his pregame is the best thing
I don't,
ever.
we always miss it though.
Here's what always
They're
happens.
diming and chiming.
We start watching it with
They're
these
dishing
grand
and pissing.
plans to really watch it, and then we both realize that we both only like the last minute.
They're like
of
dominoes and
basketball
hose.
games.
No, because it depends what game you watch.
Not if you're watching the
So here's
Knicks.
another
'cause
thing.
The last minute is usually 30 points down.
So,
get
here's the deal.
benching.
Score 20.
We're forced with
Lose by 10.
whatever ESPN has to offer. We have MSG and we have Yes, which plays the Nets.
that's-
So why don't you guys get together on Thursdays when it's the
Nesson,
TNT
Snap,
games?
Well,
City.
Why didn't they? Or you text Kyle, say, "Hey, send me the package information, and I'll
Or
do
just
that."
get us Domino's. That's
See,
all
here's
we
the
asked.
deal,
We didn't ask for the
That
package.
South Park is better.
It's not though.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But
South Park
it's-
doesn't
but you're on
help
a
you
sports
in
radio show,
discussion.
and you need to learn it.
If you guys want to start a getting drunks with South Park
Here's
show,
the thing,
we
Kyle.
can do
You
that.
can say that all you want. Name 5 Connecticut brewers.
I don't see there's a difference. I
Why?
don't care about beer, where we all care about sports.
But we're a
God, this is
podcast
the
about
show.
beer.
yes, but we ask. Our focus is more on sports. Is it or is it not?
But are we getting sports with what?
It's split.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Kyle,
Have we
we
done a
drink
show at a
beer
sporting
during the
event?
entire show.
Have we done it? When's the last time we did a whole beer show?
Kyle,
No,
we-
we've done
Kyle,
3
we've
brewery
gone to
shows.
breweries.
Okay. When's the last time we did that?
Hey, it's not a
Next
no,
week.
No, they won't let us in.
It's my question.
Next
When's the last
week.
time we did it?
Next week. We can.
Okay. So
Kyle,
it's
Hold on.
before we
When
start
have
going
we
down my
went
throat.
to a sports venue?
We're going this year.
But when have
To
we
do a
on
show?
the show?
Okay. We can't bring this shit into a sporting event.
Could.
Why not?
You can't. You literally can't.
We could.
They said
They
you
will
couldn't
kick
bring
us out.
Kyle,
the average.
I work
moron
I work
couldn't
for a
bring it to
radio
a
station.
brewery.
We could bring radio equipment
Okay,
anywhere.
So let's bring this shit to Philadelphia.
Listen, if we get
Hold on,
permission,
hold on. Do you really want to bring this stuff to a sporting event venue that you might not never get to go back to again?
Because you guys are making it seem like we do way more beer than sports.
but Kyle, we
That's
drink
not
beer.
what we
That's
said.
that's pretty much what you're saying.
No.
Kyle, we drink
Okay.
beer every show. We have the
If we
opportunity to
drink
drink
Seems
a
like a
different beer.
conversation
have a
best had
recap
over
at the very
Domino's.
end. Right?
What?
We do that in the beginning and at the end.
Kyle,
In between, how much beer are we talking about?
How much beer are we drinking?
We're drinking it, but we're not talking about it.
Some
but
of
we
us.
are
So therefore,
talking
I
about
don't
it.
need to talk about it.
So if we did
I mean,
a
if you
show
call
where
in a
we
shot
only
to the
talked about,
bullpen.
we should do a show where we only talk about beer and we drink athlete sweat. We review it.
I just have one question to pose to you. Why are you so angry?
Because it pisses me off.
What does?
Beer?
What pisses
Because-
you off?
The sports aspect of this show is more important than the beer aspect.
But wouldn't that make us just like every other sports show?
No, because we
Tell
do
me
the
why.
beginning and we do the end. We don't really do anything else besides that.
So are you saying you want more beer?
If we're gonna do it, I'll do more homework. But I know that we're not going to.
But we're not going
you
to go
wanna
to a
have-
brewery and then,
No, but you're making it seem like that's not the most important thing.
Listen, you
Kyle,
got mad
So-
because you
so
couldn't
you're
name
talking
5
about
breweries.
Not watching
That's
a
all.
basketball game because it's boring.
But I like
You
basketball.
don't.
I do.
If you did, you'd watch it more.
Kyle, can I tell you something?
Am I wrong?
Not. Can I tell you something? Can I ask you something?
What?
You grew up your entire life watching, we'll say, 3 sports entirely. It's very tough to just dive into something.
Yeah, do we want to
Especially-
have the hockey debate?
Like I mean,
Skip to the hockey
hockey,
debate.
like I said, I
Look,
like.
we don't even
tried.
talk
There's
about
nothing-
soccer.
there's
It's
nothing-
really the most popular sport in the world. The
No.
world.
No, it's not.
It's up there.
There's-
It is up.
It's number 2.
Curling.
Cricket.
There's nothing.
There was
really,
a cricket match on last week that started at 10 p.m. I think it was between like South Africa and like England or something like that. Started at 10 p.m. and ended at 9 a.m. the next day.
My opinion is we talk more sports than beer, and therefore most of my homework comes.
But you don't
goes
need to have
sports.
homework. I mean, you could, just remember what
You-
you've had and
That's
and,
what the
and
journal's
speak on it.
for.
Okay, but even if we do the journal, it's not teaching me about
But
the
you
beer.
It doesn't
haven't.
have
do-
to.
I'd like to do this on air too. Machcine, I'm tagging you with the task of finding these beer journals on like Amazon or something so we can get more for when we fill them.
Okay.
So remember, J-Mart and I are already 4 beers in each on these.
Yeah, you guys are killing us. I mean, I'm only on page 2.
I'd like to pose this to you, Kyle. Now, this isn't with any ill intent. So let me ask you this. If you have a beer and actually write down how it tastes, how it smells, how you like it in the journal, then have another beer and it's similar to it, did you learn something?
Not really.
What do you
Here's the
mean,
thing,
not
too.
really?
Well, here's the other thing too, though. But
What do you mean, not really? Hold on. No. What do you mean, not really?
It has a similar taste. It's the same fucking thing.
But if you like it, then you learn another beer you like. So now you know 2
I like
beers that you
citrus
like.
Beers. That's my thing.
So
the
there
other thing,
you
too,
go.
But here's the other thing.
But
You-
name 5 citrus
And this
beers
isn't
right
this
now.
isn't like a shot at you by any means.
Exactly.
I'm just saying you traditionally barely get through 1 beer on a show.
It's not true.
1, maybe 2. Only time you ever drink 2 beers on a show is if it's something domestic like a Busch
Battle Royale right now.
or something citrusy.
Because I don't want to drink that beer.
But
So
but
then
I've
write
seen you
down
do
that you
this
don't
with,
like it,
more
and then
beers,
you
I'm just
won't
saying.
get another beer
So
like
I'm saying
this.
so instead of buying a 6-pack, you should buy 2 singles. I understand it economically; it's not the best investment, but really, if you think about it, the 6-pack cost you $9.99. You probably just wasted $8 of it because you're gonna give the rest.
I don't think they would have sold it to me without the 6-pack.
Well, we gotta start going to places.
Some of the Darshes.
Well, okay, we can't go to. We gotta stop. You gotta stop buying your beer last minute. Start buying our beer ahead of time.
No place to store it.
What do you mean? No, you have a bedroom.
Yeah.
You have Kendall.
The moment I tell my dad, he's gonna go fuck.
I mean, do
Who
you
cares?
live in prison? They do like a room search. I can hold your beer if that's the problem.
Like, the thing
By
is-
the way,
Mark,
Kyle.
at least
By the
Mark.
way,
My
Souls is 25 years old.
That we
Fridge in the
focus more on
studio.
the sports aspect than we do the beer aspect. So more of my focus goes toward the sports.
But Kyle, we're not like quizzing you like, oh, what's the IBU of it?
Like the point is that you
Like how
watch
Kendall
10
picks
minutes
a
of
topic that like
basketball.
nobody would know.
You watch 10 minutes of basketball. You don't learn shit from that.
Kyle, but I know the players. I enjoy the sport. Why are you gonna crucify me over like
How
my interests?
Then
Like,
tell him.
He comes with we listen. Can I tell you
You
something?
watch 10 minutes and then you go to
But
South
no,
Park.
Hey,
we
but how many times do you go to a brewery and actually take a tour?
and Kyle,
Any
listen.
minutes?
First of all, I never had an opportunity.
Oh,
We've given you-
that's
never mind.
false.
But Kyle, the 10 minutes
Nah.
is, the 10 minutes is exaggerated. The 10 minutes is, the point is that a lot of times we don't watch a full game because a lot of times we put in a game that one team blows out the other team. We've yet to see a really competitive game.
So call me and ask me for the fucking information.
How about we all just get along?
But it's the luck of the draw.
Because
Nah.
you know
If
what,
if you call me
fellas,
for the information,
fellas,
every game
fellas,
there for you.
fellas, what are we doing here?
Then you can
You know,
literally watch
eating
any game that you
dominoes.
want, depending on it doesn't matter what team it is.
What are we doing here?
And the teams that are on TV are the ones that you can't watch. So every other game is game for you.
All right, this guy's got the package. We should hit him up. What are we doing here right now?
Wrong or right?
Kyle, I'm just saying, like,
Yes or no?
you can't be all over us and then not, it's not about doing homework. It's just being attentive. Like, just, have, some semblance of, hey, I enjoyed this beer or I didn't for this reason.
I do that. Do I do it or not?
You said the beer you had was dusty, which is an improbability
The
being
beer I
it's
had-
wet.
I think the
Let
beer
me
I had
see your
was-
beer journal and what's written
I
down.
haven't written anything down.
All right.
But the beer was fucking ass.
Okay,
Well, then
so
say
why
that.
didn't you write that
If you
down?
don't like
Did.
the,
But you said you didn't write it down.
The more we talk about this, the more I'm realizing I gave way too many stars to this beer. This was, I mean, I love our friends at Timberland. This is a 2.5 star. I give Bourbon County a 4, and I give this a 3.
I gave this a 4.
hey, you can
Ugh.
go back.
This
This
beer
is
is
a
good.
half
No,
a star.
you can't. I can't
on Reddit.
erase pen.
You
Well,
won't.
What am I, a 6th grade asshole with an erasable paper mate pen?
Wait out. You got that little freaking thing.
Could you imagine?
But it's an off-white page.
That's right. I give mine a 2-star.
Eggshell.
I enjoyed the fucking Hennessy more than I did the fucking beer.
So
I don't
write that
believe
in the
that.
notes.
I don't believe that at all, Kyle. I'm sorry.
100% true.
Oh, God. So we're doing around the horn of Hennessy, is what you're saying?
Sure.
Be sure to find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Newly on.
Well, I was getting there.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to hype you up.
Be sure to find us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk. Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's slamming some Hennessy, because anything is possible, or, I don't know, arguing about just nonsense. We do a good job of that.
Subscribe on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play,
Bang
iHeartRadio, and now we are officially on Spotify. Find us, subscribe, check us out. We're on the PPRN radio network every Monday night. Moving to a new studio soon. Hopefully.
Actually, perhaps next week.
Yeah.
We could be in the new place.
Be sure to check out the Peter Pino Show tomorrow night and every Tuesday and Wednesday
If there's power.
from 7:30 to 10:30.
Not to be live from Kyle's basement. Could you imagine?
Mixtape
These are my
Saturday.
other friends, the adult friends.
Download the PPRN app.
Yeah. You know what's
Get it.
funny? When we were doing all this stuff, I really thought we were on Spotify. It
Yeah,
dawned on me that we weren't.
Yeah, it was
But
one of
now
those
we
ones that like
are.
got
You know,
overlooked.
you know what we could do? I think this will help. Not with Spotify. This was bad segue. That was a bad segue on my end. I'll drink. Anything's possible. But moving forward, now that the NFL season has eclipsed, we have the Super Bowl, which everyone will watch. That negates the point. Almost everyone will watch. I think it's a serious point that we all pick a sporting event, just one game throughout the week, and we watch it. It's got to be something. One whole basketball game. One, like I can watch a baseball game and report back on it and say what it just doesn't have to be a recap, but it could, something. We'll find a way to. We have time. We'll find a way to incorporate it into the show because we're going to be losing about an hour of radio time because we dedicate that hour to NFL recap. So we're going to have an extra hour. It doesn't have to be, like I said, don't recap the specific game. I don't want to recap. I don't want, Mock coming in and recapping the Blues playing the Wild and the Blues won 9-0. I don't want a recap of that bullshit. Anybody can
good
watch
game.
that.
Yeah, we're no different than any other sports.
Right,
thing.
but I'm saying, maybe you could take away from it. You can learn from it. You pick up some names, you look up some stuff, and be like, okay, this is, we could learn from this. It could be something we could do. We're reaching a short window of opportunity that we can take advantage of because there's no NFL, and we have a short span where from March to early June, we've got 3 sports on that aren't football.
Are we going to cover that other football league there?
The lingerie one?
No.
Um,
What is it, like the AAL or something?
No.
The Arena Football League?
No. It's just
It's like
starting
the,
this year.
it's the AFL.
Is it? It's not AFL, or maybe it is.
The XFL?
No,
No.
there's I don't know if it's indoor, but there's like an indoor football league that's coming out.
There's like a independent. It's like the
Yeah.
like the New Britain Bees
Right.
of football.
Yeah, I saw.
It's not indoor though.
Oh, I thought it was indoor.
No. It's a legitimate 100-yard football league. There's players that have played in it. There's college athletes.
Do you know how many
that go-
teams? Or
No, I don't know. We're looking,
It's either
I mean,
8
you
or
knew more
10.
than I did.
It's either 8 or 10.
but it's like the New Britain Bees. It's like an independently funded league. But then we're reaching a point where we could, people can watch their strengths or weaknesses. I'm not necessarily going to watch a baseball game every week. Maybe I'll watch a
The
basketball game.
AAF.
AAF, the American Airlines Football.
It's like American Alliance Football.
Yuck. But I think we're reaching an opportunity off of what Soul said to everyone can watch some sort of sporting event, and we can figure out a way to recap from it and learn from it, and in return, we can broaden brewery expansions and horizons.
Take
bigger
notes.
stuff. Yeah,
We haven't been to a brewery in a long time. It's kind of been.
speak for yourself.
Trying.
I was
Well,
at one 2 days ago.
I meant as a broadcast, I guess.
Oh.
Is that in protest to what I just said?
Yep. Well, on this very heated note, until next week, hopefully live from West Haven, Connecticut,
With our journals open and a pen at our hand.
I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler,
I'm Mock.
Sheen Washable.
Nope.
So Zay.
Not as angry J-Mark.
Can we get a Soul Zay into the microphone, though?
So Zay.
And I'm the Red Baron.
Yeah.